I'm back to being retarded. All right, I figured it out. All right, there we go. All right, that's on. It'll take a second.
Period.
It's the great internet connection I have that we're getting. So
I love it. I love
So-
it. I'm here for it.
there we go. We have one person watching, which is Jack
And me.
and you, all of us. Anyways, so this is Mitchell Lips Talk Shit, and this is my good friend Jamie Kaufman, photographer of bands and gay things and many other things.
All the things.
All
the
everything.
things. I will do
Everything.
anything that is asked.
And just as well, I do have to start off. You were here on the first episode that everyone didn't watch, and now you're basically returning. So thank you for coming back.
Of course, I'm stoked to be back.
And obviously, major improvements, I like to think.
Absolutely.
And you're going to be shocked. We're doing so well on this podcast that I got sponsors.
Oh, you got sponsors.
Now, the first one you're going to like. It is the masturbation kit. I'm still promoting this. If anyone needs a masturbation kit, just message me, and I will tell you who to call. There is a test on the back. You may fail, you may not. See, look, it has a nice, cute little test. It has a condom. So, masturbators, if you need a masturbation kit, I am the guy to go to. Yes, and legally, I do have to say for Twitch that they are not involved in any of my sponsors. They don't have anything to do with the advertisement. But it doesn't end with the masturbation kit. There is a book. It's how to talk to your cat about gun safety. Very, very important.
Okay, this is good.
Everyone's about gun rights. I'm about gun safety for cats. So, just... Oh. And then this one's a special one. I think you'll enjoy it. It's a sauce. It's a hot sauce, and it's a little bit of cock. So... we got some cock. We all got some cock here.
I mean, I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah, I know. It's enticing.
I know.
It's tasty, spicy. It's cock. Enjoy it.
Please.
Yeah.
All day.
These are my sponsors. Are you proud of me?
I'm very proud of you.
I went so far looking for these sponsors. And I will also say right now at the beginning, because I think I said it at the end, but I'm going to start doing it at the beginning, promoting the next episode, which will be next Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And it's with Kenny from Half Past the Revolution. Kenny.
X half past.
X Half Past, but yeah, and then he, that's right. Yeah. Anyways, fuck things up. That's what I do here.
That's why you got me. Because
Right?
I got you. Period.
So yeah, X Kenny from Half Past. X Half Past from Kenny. I'm gonna shut up now.
Welcome to Chili's.
That's hot.
Scalding.
I just burned my tongue. Anyways.
That's so hot.
Yeah, I know.
Literally.
So he was from Half Past. Half Past is gone. He's now in the Gray. I think is like his more recent thing, and then he does a bunch of other little things here and there. So it'll be fun. I haven't seen him in forever. Anyways, how was everything going with you?
Everything has been. I mean, we just got done with Pride Month,
right?
And it was actually a really slow month for me, like photography wise, which I feel like was kind of a blessing. Because I was able to kind of like step back and just like actually relax and recoup from tour because.
I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah. You were on tour. Yeah. And then...
So I went on a 2-week-long tour, and before that I was just like grinding.
And how many states was that?
States. Driving through or playing?
Just playing.
Let's see. We did Kentucky, Chicago, Illinois, Wichita, Kansas. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Dallas, Texas, Auburn, Alabama, Tampa, Florida, Greenville, South Carolina, Charlottesville, North Carolina, and we finished in Raleigh, North Carolina.
So 10 states.
10 shows. We drove through so many different
Well,
states.
yeah, different. Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
the longest drive on the tour was the drive back. We had to drive from North Carolina back to Dallas, which was like 17 hours. We did lots of driving.
Well, yeah, I would think so. Yeah. Did you fly from Texas here or?
So I flew from here to Texas, and then we started the drive.
Okay.
And then pretty much same thing was just driving. Was driving from North Carolina back to Dallas, and then flying back home.
Back home. All right. Cool.
Yeah, that was like a 20-hour travel day.
Mm.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
That's so cool. I'm jealous, but yeah.
Honestly, tour is like, it was like the mental reset I kind of needed.
Well, it's like a vacation.
It's like a vacation, but it's a lot of fucking hard work.
Yeah.
And it's like, luckily this tour I got to sleep in hotels pretty much every night, which was nice.
That's good.
So I actually got sleep, and I actually got laid, shockingly enough, in Wichita, Kansas, of all places.
Dude.
Wichita, Kansas.
Nice.
There's no place like home, really.
Alright, yeah. Kansas, man. That's funny.
We played. This tour was like very DIY though.
Yeah.
Like we played living rooms. We played dive bars. We played in like a car garage one day.
That's fun.
Yeah, like all the shows were like very much like the last show of tour was in the middle of a record shop.
Yeah, that's cool. I've seen a few record shops do that, and I'm like, I totally would be down to do that. I think there's one in LA that does that has shows.
I know Amoeba sometimes does, but it's not often anymore.
I don't think it's local bands though. I think it's you have to actually be known.
And there's also like a skate shop up in Fullerton that'll clear out at nights and do like hardcore shows there.
Oh, that's cool.
It's called Program. There's a fly that came up my eye.
Oh, I can't help the bugs.
Are you good? I attract them because she's a sweaty bitch.
Mm-hmm. And you're so sweet.
I try.
So tour was good. Last month was kind of slow, so it was kind of like at least you got to like reset more even. Yeah. Which is funny because I would think it would be more busy.
You'd think, but like especially for like Pride Month, is like my aesthetic kind of goes around the board when it comes to my photography, so it can kind of be hard to pinpoint me, and I think that's what's been difficult for a lot of people. Because I've been doing most like metal stuff like my entire career,
right?
So once I kind of changed things up a bit, I feel like some people were caught off guard,
right?
Which honestly, it's like, is this such a shock? Is what I do like such a shock, like photographing gay shit? No.
But that's because I've known you for 7 years.
Exactly.
Just as well as when you first told us, you were like, "Oh yeah, I'm bi," and everyone was like, "Okay."
Exactly.
We'll let you believe that. No, I'm kidding.
Like, honey, I was in the closet behind clear doors.
Oh yeah, no, it's all like, buddy, we don't even need to move the door. We can.
Like, no, it's kind of like when Jason in American Pie Reunion put the fucking casserole thing over his dick and you could still see it. It was just smashed.
I've never seen the movie. No, I'm sorry.
You're good. You know me and my movie references.
I don't know. Well, yeah, I mean, you definitely seen more horror movies than I've seen, but then I have a lot more like other movies that no one's seen.
I have very obscure picks as well. One of them has actually become like a huge cult classic though recently.
Which one?
Terrifier.
I've heard of it.
It's like this killer clown that doesn't speak at all. He just is like overly campy and then brutally kills people.
Did you know that, I almost said John Wayne Gacy. I was thinking of John Candy. John Candy, his first role was a horror movie and he played a clown.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. If you look it up on IMDb, you can't get it anywhere, but yeah, like 1970, I think. It's before he did any of the family comedy stuff. And then, like, after that, it was just all comedies.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it's kind of funny, yeah.
So it was kind of like how, like, Johnny Depp got his start in horror.
Mm-hmm.
His very first film was Nightmare on Elm Street.
Right.
Where he literally got blended by the fucking bed. That scene lives in my head rent-free. It's just, like, sucks him in and then just brings him up like a fucking blender. I'm just sitting there like, nah.
So, just as well, I should probably, like, you know, because no one saw the first episode. The reason why I have a photographer on, because mainly I do obviously want to cater more to musicians, but you are a photographer that you've been doing for bands, and I think it's just as important because we're asking you to get our pictures, and you're literally in either in the pit and just the middle of it, taking the brunt of it with all your equipment, taking our pictures,
Absolutely.
which is like a thankless job. Which thank you.
Of course. I mean, I honestly love doing live shows and events more than anything else because it's raw. It's the emotion that's there.
Ooh, daddy. Was it raw in Kansas? I'm kidding.
Oh.
I'm kidding. You want to tell, you can tell, but I'm not
gonna... Oh, no, I'm just going to give facial expressions. That tells the story.
He will be signing up for the masturbation kit.
Oh, guys. Absolutely. Okay. Please, show me where to get this.
In my trunk of my car. Anyways. Next to the children. Anyways. So, yeah. Photography.
So, like...
How long have you been doing it?
I actually just hit 7 years last month.
That's funny.
Yeah. I'm still in like the child phases of my photography career, I guess. I started with literally just bringing my camera to shows, like out of nowhere. My dad brought a camera with us to a show at Chain Reaction. I was like, "Hey, can I use that?"
Mm-hmm. Has he ever done photography before?
My dad he was kind of like more like a casual photographer.
Okay.
Like he would go around and take photos of things, but then I kind of took it on heavy.
Right. He didn't do anything like professional, right?
No.
He just did it for like hobby.
Yeah.
Kind of like, okay.
And that's how it started for me. It was like something I enjoyed doing while I went along to shows. And then it became more of a career when I was like, okay, people are actually asking me to come out now. People are like wanting to see me.
Right.
Like my friends who I would see at shows would always play a game. Is Jamie gonna show up at this show or not?
Yeah. We still like do that. We're like, oh yeah, or either that we're like, oh, we should really message Jamie and try to get you to come out and see us or take pictures.
Absolutely.
And yeah.
It's a lot of fun whenever I see these guys. I mean, out of any band in my portfolio, I mean, this band that I just went on tour with is getting up there in numbers with how many times I've photographed them now.
Mm-hmm.
But because I've done 2 tours with them. But the band I have the most photos of in my portfolio is Disrupted. Like, I think I counted the other day. It was like 32 times, at least something like that.
Wow, that's wild.
And that's spaced out over like
years. Yeah, there's years and pandemic and stuff like that.
Panoramic. The Panda Express.
Yeah. Pandemic. The only show that we did during the pandemic was when we had practice and the one cop showed up and he liked us.
Oh, that's what's up.
It was a great interaction. He showed up and he was all like, yeah, you know, I'm supposed to warn you guys. We're like, oh, okay. And so we tried turning it down a little bit. He left. He came back and we're like, oh, should we just shut it off? He's like, well, no, they keep like calling and I've been staying down the street waiting for the phone call and just letting them know, oh, I'll handle it. And so I wanted to come back. And so like we're like, oh wow. And so like we had a whole we played a couple songs for him. I gave him some stickers and shit. So
yeah,
it was cool. And apparently he got his daughter into metal by showing her Metalocalypse. Yeah.
Did you see the co-headliner they're doing with fucking Baby Metal?
I think so. Yeah, isn't that at Aftershock?
It's going to be also at the YouTube Theater.
Yeah, well, I'm going to Aftershock, so I get to not only experience Death Clock, but I should probably actually watch the show.
Yeah.
I've seen parts of it. The band has shown me parts of it, but yeah, I need to actually watch it. You know.
Absolutely.
Considering I'm getting so much into metal.
Yeah. Because you started off as like a classic rock guy.
Yeah. If you haven't noticed.
Yeah.
No.
Gay gasp.
Yeah, big gasp. A lot of AC/DC, a lot of Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, and then like Beatles. I grew up with the Beatles.
Absolutely. I grew up with the Beatles and a lot of country, actually.
Really?
Yeah, like my dad would play like the newer country stuff.
Oh,
like Toby Keith, Leanne Rimes.
Yeah.
I know, but then I just got into like metal.
You ever listen to Johnny Cash though?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I listen to the old stuff. She's an eclectic girl.
Yeah. I know. Just because you have that huge CD collection. I
True.
think your CD collection's bigger than is as big as or actually bigger than my DVD collection. It's just like that's how I would compare the two. I'm slowly getting there in DVDs.
Absolutely. How many do you have now?
Last I counted, 460, I think, 470 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm around.
You should see the shelf. I almost have it organized.
Oh, I'm gonna have to see this.
Yeah.
I'm at around 3,000 something CDs.
Jesus Christ, yeah. Do you prefer CD more than stream?
I have had to. I mean, I like owning physical copies now of albums that I really love.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was buying like every album as it was coming out and like draining myself of money.
I remember you saying that, yeah.
And like as much as I want to be like that level of like fandom, it's just not sustainable financially. So
No.
I had to, start doing more streaming. And I actually like streaming certain albums more than having the physical copy. Like this band who I have been obsessed with this year, and they went viral on TikTok, and all their shows are selling out. This band called Sleep Token.
Okay.
They are like genuinely the perfect blend of like alternative R&B metal.
Mm-hmm.
And they also fuse in like a multitude of other genres. But I own their CD on physical copy, and even though I have that, I still have the streaming version because I like to show people with the lyrics on because the guy sings in cursive, so like they need the lyrics.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. Cursive.
I mean, it's like it's a kind of a saying where it's like the words sometimes just like you cannot understand it because he's British and has a.
Oh, okay. So he's that kind of British.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of funny because with the Beatles, they're all British, but you wouldn't be able to tell unless you talk to them.
Exactly.
Then again, there's also the other side of the country of British people that you're like, are you saying English to me?
Literally.
English is you're not only born there, but you're supposed to be speaking it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you were saying words there? Okay, period.
I think it's like Yorkshire or something like up there, like southern England. Anyways, yeah, so physical. You and I are both for like physical stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm the same way with like as you are with like DVDs because like that's one area where I'm always like, okay, if I want this movie, I'm getting it on physical because I don't know if the streaming service will ever delete it or.
Yeah, I started calling the movies or TV shows that appear on each streaming service because they always like change it like once every month they change the movie. I was like, oh, what's the horror of the month this month? Like, look, Titanic is back, and then it's like the next month it's gone. It's like, well, at least I have the physical copy. Just as well, there's like so many where it's like you're not going to be able to find it on a streaming service.
No.
Yeah.
It's kind of like The Room. I couldn't find The Room anywhere, and I really spent $30 on a physical copy because this is like the worst movie ever created.
Yeah.
And I needed it.
I need to get that. I have Dune, the original Dune, 1987.
Mm-hmm.
See, I can't say I never. I do buy new movies, but I really have to like want to like buy it brand new. And then there's like I pretty much only ever go to Goodwill, so I'm only buying it very cheap.
Yeah.
And that's making sure that it's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But that was you vibrated.
Yes.
Yeah, this thing can't vibrate.
No.
What am I thinking? Yeah, Jack said, "Wish I had that before," which is old, which I'm sure was something probably the masturbation kit.
Yeah.
Or maybe the gun safety. Just as well, the only shocking this was the giant in the see-through underoos.
Huh?
That's either voice to text or he actually had a stroke.
But it's Jack we're talking about, so I don't expect her to string along complete sentences every time.
Right. Just as well. Sleep Token is playing Aftershock. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Oh, that's Hunter, Caveman.
Oh, what's up?
You haven't seen him in...
No, I just saw him last month.
Right, okay.
Because he came with me to a show, like, right before I left for tour.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we went down to go see, like, this show.
Oh, yeah, okay. Wait. Yeah, okay. I was trying to think. I feel like I knew someone else that was there. Alright, yeah. That's cool.
Fun show, yeah. It was, like, right before tour, I did, like, 2 of my biggest shows of the year so far to kind of just get myself, like, back into, like, the live setting and, like, okay, I'm in it. I'm here for this. And then going on tour, it was like, okay, bitch, now we're really going in it.
Mm-hmm. That's good. A good little warm up.
Absolutely.
Before you do that, you were in the pit, so you like. I mean, you have tons of experience there.
Oh yeah.
I've seen you be bashed around and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I've had this thought of like, it would be fun to have like a kind of semi comedy book called like how to mosh or something like that, and then like have a special like chapter dedicated to like photographers, because like everyone knows the whole like, you know, if you fall down, pick them up, and
Yeah.
if you do this, do that, you know, and don't be a dick and stuff like that. If you're gonna be doing your karate moves, do it in the place that they're gonna have those shows at.
Yeah.
You know, where it's appropriate, obviously. And then there's just like, I think there should be like a special chapter for photographers. If you see a photographer, don't like try to protect them, because it's like thousands of dollars you're
Oh,
carrying.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like there were certain dates on this tour where I had to keep like dodging
Mm-hmm.
because the crowds would get nutty.
And you've had injuries too.
Oh yeah, I've gotten, but like the injuries I've gotten were mainly from bands, like not from actual crowd members. So, like I haven't had like any issues like that, but that happens all the fucking time. Like I can't tell you how many photographers I've seen like midway through tour be like, oh yep, I had to get a new lens because it got broken this date, or da 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 da. It's like, oh girl.
What's the most expensive lens you have or have bought?
Probably my new telephoto that I bought last year. It was like, it's around $1,500, and I got it for just under 13, and that's including the insurance.
That's like, what did you get it new or used? Or
I got it
just a discount.
No, I got it brand new.
Oh, okay.
Just discount
through
like a
cool.
third-party seller.
Oh, there we go.
You know, gotta get those discounts where you can find them.
That's like $500 less than like my drum set right there.
Literally.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like most of like when I'm carrying my equipment, it's like lens, body, everything. I'm carrying like over $3,000 in my hand.
Right.
So it's like it's intimidating.
It is.
Like,
just like as well as us, all my shit's in my whole like career is right there, just as well as your whole like what you want to be doing as
absolutely. So it's like when you're at hardcore shows, having to like set up your kit and people are like fucking like thrashing in front of you, it can like scare you.
Oh, definitely, especially like cymbals. Because I fucking dropped a cymbal and it didn't crack, but it definitely chipped it, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to buy a new one, and it was like, oddly enough, the Sweetwater payment plan was $66.66 for 3 payments or something, or 2 payments.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Like, yeah. So I was like, well, at least I could get a new one, and then later on down the line, I'm gonna get another one because I want to fill my my whole cymbals are gonna be that brand anyways. So yeah, Meinl.
Good choice.
What cameras have you used, and what do you use currently?
So I've been working on the same setup since late 2020. I shoot on a Sony A6600 with an MC11 converter, which is basically a converter that goes from Sony to Canon. And then I use the 18 to 35 millimeter with the f-stop of 1.8, which is an ultra wide angle lens that's made for crop sensor cameras. I personally like this lens because it's very versatile in terms of, you know, you can like change the focal, like the actual like focal length, and have that wide of an aperture is not found on like a multi-millimeter lens. So having that kind of like low light capability on such a wide angle lens is pretty cool. And then I use just a really cheap flash, and when I do use flash, because certain shows don't allow it, or certain settings, I'm just like, no, the actual atmosphere is capturing enough.
Right.
It's like, gotta just play around with it.
Yeah, I think it was you. One of my favorite photos I think you ever took was like one behind me back in like 2000. That was like 2016, 2017, I think. It was like Battle of the Bands. Yeah. Or something like that. It was like right there. I love those photos. Like you're just right there. It's like and then I do my fucking funny. I try to do funny faces with the masks on.
Oh yeah, you're like I
gotta make a show out of it. You know what I mean?
Literally.
Yeah. So you did kind of preface this on your Instagram with like you have a tea with the you have like stuff to talk about kink wise apparently.
Oh no, because I was like I've kind of explored with photographing kink this year.
A lot of pup stuff.
A lot of pups, a lot of like boudoir settings with men. Like I've been doing boudoir shoots with women for quite a few years, but I had never stepped into like the male realm because like I was like in a weird headspace around it because I was like, oh, I'm a gay man, but I'm shooting gay stuff. Like
Makes sense. No, I'm kidding.
I was just all in my head for a while. I didn't even start photographing like kink events until like last November. I was actually very late to the nightlife scene. Like I didn't even start going to gay bars until like last April. So a bitch is still vanilla as fuck, but she photographs kink, and a lot of people do not realize that. Like I call myself a pocket bear because I'm a bear you can fit in your pocket.
A big pocket. No, I'm kidding. That's fucked up.
Oh, she wants to throw shade.
That was terrible. I roasted you. I'm bad.
Oh, you're good.
So, let me think. Is there anything big PP in see-through undies? Thanks, Jack. Sleep Token is in. Are you going to Aftershock?
No.
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 My friend coworker basically got some tickets and was like, "You want to go?" And I was like, "Sure."
Oh, period.
Yeah, I was like, and he started reading him off the bands like Tool and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, I've gotten into Tool. I get to see Tool, and I finally get to see Avatar. I know a few of their songs, so it's gonna be it's gonna be fun to go see that.
Aftershock is a huge festival. I've always wanted to go. It's just not in the cards for me this year.
No,
I like doing like a lot of the shows outside of Aftershock because a lot of those bands tour the area like that week. Because it's like, okay, Aftershock's obviously the Sacramento, so you can always hit like the outer cities before that and after. Like Sleep Token, for example, has like 4 different Southern California dates around Aftershock.
That's smart.
They've sold out like every single one.
Damn, they're doing well then.
Yeah, the newest album, Take Me Back to Eden, charted number 16 on the Billboard 200.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, and they're still fully anonymous.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it happens. I mean, look at Anvil.
True.
If anyone knows who Anvil is, would know the documentary and all that jazz. Yeah.
All that jazz.
Anyways, yeah. So I can't wait for Aftershock. Bad Omens is going to be there, so that's going to be funny because the last time I saw them was at White Oak.
Yeah, when
which is funny. Thank God you actually that's one of the places you took pictures of because when it was I still didn't have my car then. I have it now. If anyone has been keeping up to date, I do have my car again.
Mazel.
I think I probably mentioned it last time. I don't remember. It's been a fucking whirlwind of have car. I want car. Will I have car? Car is here. Anyways, so when my coworker was driving me to work and he was telling me the whole show and everything like that, he started telling me all the bands and he mentioned Bad Omens. I'm like, Bad Omens? That sounds so familiar, you know? And he's all like, oh, what do you mean? Like, you've seen them? I'm like, no, I'm almost definitely positive I opened for them. He's like, shut the fuck. Like, I tell him these things, like, oh, yeah, I played with Orbit Culture. And, you know, like, you mother. What? And, you know, it's just like, oh, yeah. So it's like, it sounded familiar. I started, like, searching Facebook. I kept typing in everything. I'm like, why can't I find, like, a poster or something? And I ended up on your page. I'm like, he has to have, like, photography. Because I remember, the thing I remember the most was, a band dropped and they needed a band, and so we said yes. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was that show because I remember Austin talking to them about how many tattoos they have and making a joke, being like, "So is it a requirement to have your whole body covered in tattoos in order to play in your band?" And so I finally found those pictures. I'm like, there it is. Yeah, band, Bad Omens, and so yeah, it was.
I remember that show was interesting, and someone stole Jack's guitar cable from another band as well.
Oh, that's funny. I forgot about that. I remember that was White Oak, right?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's the same place where he was wearing Sparky, and we were there to see some other band, and freaking this dude was going hard in the
same show
pit. Huh?
That was the same show.
Was that the same show?
Same show.
And the guy hit him and just fucking cracked his nose, and Jack was so pissed. He was so pissed.
Same fucking show.
Damn, wow, I thought it was like a different show.
No, that was a very eventful show.
Yeah, see, there was 2016, I was sober, and then, like, I think 17 was, I turned 21, and I just, like, I drank so much to where I was, like, I kind of barely remember when shit was.
Like, I drank to forget, but I always remember.
I had never drank before 21, so I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
That's
what's
like,
this?
That's how I kind of was until, like, last year. Like, I really wasn't drinking much before then. And then last year I started drinking more. Like, obviously I'm going out to, like, the bars more, and I'm going out these places more, so comes with drinking more.
Drink a little bit more.
I'm still a fruity bitch, but damn, did that tolerance go up a bit.
I mean, my tolerance is so low now. I used to be able to, like, just, you know, handle it. It would take me a good few drinks in order to actually feel something, and now I'm up like 141 when I weighed myself this morning. Yeah.
God damn.
141, and I took a shit before this, and I'm pretty sure I'm like 136 now, and I looked into that toilet, and I was like, yeah, that's definitely all of me, all my intestines.
Dude, I've been taking the fattest shits lately,
Yeah.
so I feel that.
Did you know that, have you ever, I'm not gonna, yeah. Have you ever taken a shit to where you're kind of like cold and you're like shivering almost?
Yes.
So apparently, I found this out because that happened to me at work, and I'm like, why am I so cold now? And I only had this little small jacket on, and I wish I had like something bigger, and I didn't have a heater or anything, and it's a warehouse. And it was like December. I'm like, I'm fucking freezing after that shit. That's like all my body heat gone. And so it happened a second day, and I'm like, Jesus, that's weird. Like, I'm glad, you know, it's great shit, but it's freezing. I'm like, there's got to be some scientific thing. So I looked it up. Apparently, you're actually hitting your G spot.
Yes.
Did you know that?
I have.
Because, I did not know that, and I mentioned that to people, and they're like, "What the?"
Well, see, I've had my G spot hit a few times.
I had imagined
quite a few times,
and in Kansas, nonetheless.
That was actually.
This podcast is actually sponsored by the gay guy in Kansas that pegged. I'm kidding.
Oh yes, my pegger.
And we also have him on the show. No,
Cass.
through the door.
We've actually been talking like every day since.
Oh, that's nice. A little long distance thing.
No, because he already has a man.
Good.
I'm sorry, all these gays are horny and whores.
Right. Seems like
so they're all like in relationships but open.
I'm sure there's a few out there that are different.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
But
you'll find one day.
Girl, my net right now is just like she don't care.
Yeah.
She's vibing. Yeah. If when it's bound to happen, it'll happen.
That's a good outlook.
She ain't rushing. Because the times I've tried to rush, it's like.
Yeah, because weren't you in a relationship a little bit ago, or like the last time I went to your house, I think you were hanging out with some guy or something like that.
Yeah, I was seeing someone.
But it just fizzled out or something like that.
Very quickly. Like it was like we went on like 3 dates within 1 week. Like I need more time to like let things simmer, let like a natural connection build. Take time. But the guys are always, like, wanting to, like, jump right away. And I'm like, okay, girl, let's hold it. I run my own business. I also work full-time or part-time. So, like...
You have tons of shit.
Yeah.
You work, you have to pay for your shit. And then you also work as a photographer. And then you do all your other little, whatever other side projects you do.
Yeah, it's like... A bitch has a life, like, I'm not just gonna, like, drop everything for some guy that I met, like, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and if he's worth a damn, he'd understand pretty much, and actually would hang out with you and be like, oh, okay, I can chill out a little bit. That's pretty fast though, 3 dates and all of a sudden.
Yeah, he was like, oh, I want your booty, and then like I'm on tour, and he's like texting me every few days, being like, I can't stop thinking about your ass, and da-da-da. I'm like, bitch, you had a little taste. You had a little taste.
An appetizer.
Yeah, you had like a little appetizer, and you cannot stop fantasizing about it.
What's that Applebee's, how do they call it? Don't they, Anytizers or something like that? Or is that Denny's or something like that? Their cute little spin on it. Anyways, yeah.
Like he got like the smallest little taste.
Yeah.
No, Mary, you scared me the fuck off.
That's not smart.
No.
No.
But that's the thing about, like, honestly, though, that's more of, like, I hate to go on stereotypes, but isn't that typically, like, the lesbian mindset of, like, till, like, gays are too scatterbrained to settle down, whereas, like, the lesbian stereotype is, like, you hook up the girl and she doesn't want to leave.
My sister. No.
Well, that's fucking good.
Yeah. That's funny. Anyway.
Welcome to Chili's.
Yeah, it was a speaker cable. That's what Jack said, speaker cable. If anyone has any questions for Jamie, you can ask them and I'll read it eventually. I don't even know how the lag is on this. The last time it was pretty good.
That's probably only like 10, 15 seconds at most.
Yeah, I mean the internet was kind of wonky this morning, so we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll find out.
We'll vibe.
I don't know if the audio is better than last time, but I'm sure
test it.
Someone could. Yeah, someone will tell me right now. If I put it out there, they will tell me. Because like before, it was obviously going. It was bleeding. It was like too high, and then so I figured that out. And then the last episode that I had with the Finches, two like kids that are basically just starting out. It was too quiet apparently, and so now I don't know where I'm at. But I had someone here, Steve. Steven, yeah. Which I found out at work. It was funny, but yeah, he came in here and we talked, and I had the microphone where it was, and it seemed like it was fine. Well, his ex-girlfriend.
Period.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny that he was telling me about Patty's and how he like ran into you, and then like you guys, and he's like there for playing pool.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, it's the only one that has good pool tables and stuff like that. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, no,
like, you know Jamie, and I'm like, yeah, he used to shoot photography, shoot us for like however many years. And when you said 7 years, I was like, has it really been 7 years?
Oh yeah, girl, we've grown up together.
Yeah.
Right from like when the scene kind of took a major dip.
Well, yeah, it's kind of interesting how so we started in 2015, like 2015, and then we didn't get more introduced until 2016 into the and then we met. I think
we literally met at your first show at Rock City.
Yeah, the Battle of the Bands.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of weird how that was like it was going great and then it dipped.
Oh, it took a match. I could literally tell you the moment it took a decline was the moment when those allegations came out about
the one who will not be named.
Yeah,
we won't say anything about that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think anyone. Audio is good. So, according to Jack, which he was the one that complained last time.
Period.
But it's working now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I think we're loud bitches. So.
Loud bitches over here.
And it's one microphone this time.
Period.
Yeah, so I think
it's cute.
Yeah.
With her little wig on.
Yeah. So, what other side projects do you have? Because you used to do a podcast as well. You don't do that anymore, though.
I've just been like putting everything into photography. Outside of photography, lately I've been doing a lot of karaoke, like going out to bars and just doing karaoke and singing and.
Because you're a vocalist. If anyone didn't know that, you do sing.
I do.
But you're not in any band or anything.
No.
Would you ever want to be in a band?
I mean, I'm down to collaborate and do things and get out there. So I'm open to it. I will. It was JJ.
Good job. Good job on reading that out loud. Which is funny because I had Gabe on.
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember Gabe?
Oh, I know.
Yeah. You know everyone in the scene. I don't know why I say that, but yeah. The off chance. Gabe who? Yeah.
I know Gabe. I love Gabe.
Yeah.
That beautiful teddy bear.
Yep. Yeah. And he's going to be one of the ones that joined me again on my sketch videos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I told you I'm down.
I know. Yeah, we're doing one video, and then after that, I'll probably send you a message and be like, "All right, so this is what we're gonna do." So I'm bringing that back. I'm doing my laser engraving. And then the band and stuff like that. So
Absolutely.
I'm trying to be busy as possible.
Absolutely, you have to be.
Yes. So where do you work now currently?
So I work at Mendocino Farms.
Oh, I know what that is. I've had that.
Yeah, I work at the one in Westlake, and I've worked there for almost a year now, actually.
Because they have one in LA, right?
Yeah, they have quite a few locations now. They've been expanding quite rapidly.
Jack took me there. Good food.
Really good food.
Yeah, I can't remember what I had, but it was damn good.
They changed the menu slightly, like every 4 months. Or every like 3 to 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
We change like seasons, so we do like a different seasonal menu.
Oh, that's cool.
So we right now have like our summer menu, which had like a few new items. They changed the sandwich study of heat sandwich. They added a roast beef sandwich to our menu, which we didn't have before, shockingly enough. Then they have this new one called like a peach and prosciutto sandwich.
Interesting.
I know that one's very mid.
Mm-hmm.
Meh.
Yeah.
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 Meh.
What's your favorite item there that you?
The turkey avo salsa verde.
Yeah.
It's
what does that have on it? Like
turkey, avocado.
Okay.
I've
now gotten into avocado, oddly enough.
Really?
I used to not like it, mainly because like I always had the joke of it. It just looks like guacamole always looked like someone sneezed, and it was just like the consistency of it. And then I never tried avocados because my stepdad had this joke about it'll give you 3-headed babies, and so I was like, yeah, okay, I'm never gonna have avocados. And then finally, it just like I had guacamole from like some Mexican place. I was like, oh, this is actually really good. And then I started having it more, and I'm like, oh, I should try it just on its own. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's an avocado. Yeah.
Like this one has like smashed avocado.
Yeah.
Good amount.
I would totally have it.
It's busted.
Yeah. I'd have half that sandwich because I'm skinny now.
Oh yeah, you get a half sandwich combo.
Yeah.
It's like a half sandwich, and you get like one of the sides.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
That Oaxacan potato salad though.
Oaxacan?
Yeah, it's like has like Oaxacan cheese in there and like spices and.
I barely have cheese anymore.
Why?
I just cut down on a lot of dairy stuff, and
I feel you.
The only cheese I have is like half a slice in my sandwich. So it's like, yeah.
That's a good amount.
Yeah, I mean, it's really all you need.
Jack goes white people food.
White people food, yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong. Most of the clientele is like old.
It's
like middle-aged white.
That's my 2 requirements on like guacamole and like rice is a white person can't make it.
No.
Because like I used to hate rice.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because every time I've had rice, it tasted like cardboard. Like it didn't taste. It was like the box it came in, or the packaging and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know if you're cooking it wrong, and I don't know why you're saying that you put seasoning in this, but I do not taste any of the seasoning. I taste cardboard.
Yeah.
So I don't like rice. Went like that for 246 pounds of my life, just not liking rice. And then I got skinny, and then I tried rice from like some, I can't remember where, but it was just like I tried it. I'm like, oh, that's what rice is? And it's not made by a white person. Okay, no, I like rice is cool. All right, and then I have it every so often now. It's so funny.
Rice is very filling, or it can be.
Yeah.
It's just you gotta be able to season it.
And depending on which rice, it's like good for you, and it doesn't like have that many whatever carbs or whatever people say. Things I don't pay attention to.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah.
Calories? What are those?
Yeah, literally, my diet had no consistency of knowing any of those words.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Because people still explain to me what I did, and I'm like, I'm not listening. I did what I did. I lost 100 pounds.
That part.
That's all that matters.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I didn't stress over calories. I didn't stress over carbs, proteins, whatever.
It's all like portion control and just like listen to yourself.
How, what, when is the 3 categories. Gabe has actually lost, I think, 13 pounds now. That was him trying what I did.
Yeah.
So I feel kind of accomplished being like, oh, wow. my diet that works for me, which I preface is like it works for me. I can't say that it's going to work for you, which I don't think anyone gets that in any diet they try. That person worked for one person, and they told their friends, and it probably worked for the rest of them. But like the chances of it working for you, it's like you need to know your body
Exactly.
and how your body reacts to certain foods, rather than I'm gonna just do fasting.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
See, on tour, I basically did like untimed intermittent fasting because like you literally have no time to plan any of your meals.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I would eat when I could.
Mm-hmm. See, my big thing is just have 3 meals. So whether I'm waking up late, it's still technically breakfast to me. So as long as I'm like eating a thing of nice healthy breakfast and then like lunch is nice, somewhat spaced out from that. And then so yeah.
No.
Technically, what I did was fasting, but it's not fasting. It's letting your body digest, which
Absolutely.
is a weird thing to have to explain to people. It's like I waited 3 hours to eat my next meal. Oh, you fasted. No, that's the proper actual scientific time to wait for your body to digest. I love that it says white people say. White people food. It's good food.
Absolutely.
I would never have Cracker Barrel though.
Mm-mm. Don't they have one in Camarillo now?
Yeah, my mom tried to get me interested. She says hi, by the way.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Yep. She said hi. I don't know if she's going to be watching, but she knows it exists, and that's all that matters. And I have it recorded that I said hi. She said hi, tell hi, and hi.
to hi.
I'm high on PCP. I'm going to come out and be honest.
Hot.
I've been doing it for...
That's hot. It makes my pussy scream in Espanol.
That's not the squeaky toy. That's his pussy.
Yeah, that is my pussy.
Like the barbershop.
Beautiful.
I don't know if that your mom can't internet. Both my parents can't. Because I told my dad where this was, and I'm like, twitch.com.
Yeah.
Just easiest name. Mr. Lips talk shit. And later on that night, when he wanted to watch the first episode of the second one, whatever, he was like, I couldn't find it, but I found it on you. You told me the wrong name. It's YouTube. I'm like, it's not on YouTube. It will be on YouTube eventually, but it's not on YouTube.
No.
Live. Who would have thought? I've made it so simple, and I've made it so clear on all my posts, and no one's getting it. No. Yeah, it happens.
That's the downside to streaming services. Is like you need, or like social media platforms, you need like every single one.
Every single goddamn one, just
Literally.
to get your name out there.
Literally.
What's the most recent movie you've seen?
I went to Little Mermaid.
How was that?
Actually, not bad.
No.
One of my friends was like, "Ew, you're going to see Little Mermaid? Like, really?"
The Disney movie that I watched when I was a kid, that was a cartoon, and now I'm watching it. Was it the white thing, or the African American thing instead of being a white thing?
Yeah. I was just like, and then it was just interesting. Like, it basically, I don't know if this was their point, but they made the sea god look like a man whore because each of his daughters are different races.
That's interesting.
And also, apparently, Ursula's crooked makeup job was on purpose.
Yeah, wasn't that
Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy? Yeah.
It was an interesting casting choice.
Was the movie okay?
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. But it was just like certain things, certain choices were made where I was like,
No.
Hallie, what's her name, did an incredible job though.
I'd imagine so. Especially when people were shitting on her. I'm like, oh, she's going to do great, and you're being an idiot.
Literally. She fucking slayed.
There was this comedian that, I think his name, what's his name? Jack Whitehall. He has this joke about it, about being like, it's funny how people are complaining about how it's a black mermaid and how it can be a black mermaid. It's like, you can't have a mixed race, mermaid. It's like a mermaid is the most mixed race thing. What are you talking about?
And also, it's like y'all are arguing over the race of a fish.
Yeah, I know.
It's a fish, Mary.
This bit, I kind of butchered it, is so funny. I'll have to send it to you, but yeah, it's like the funniest damn thing
That's funny.
Yeah, it's great. Like, what are you talking about?
People have been arguing over this for years.
It doesn't make sense.
No, I'm just like, y'all are arguing over a fish.
As well as a made-up movie with made-up characters. It's
kind of
imagination.
Well, it's kind of like, I had two friends over,
Uh-huh.
and they started getting into like a verbal argument over anime.
Uh,
A verbal argument
yeah.
over one character being a fuckboy.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
And started yelling.
My friend Scotland works at Spencer's, and apparently part of their training was learning anime. Anyways, continue. So they were just yelling over.
Yeah, they're just like yelling and arguing.
Wow.
Over an anime character. So trust me, I've seen it.
It doesn't make sense. It's fictional. It
Literally.
It's made up. Someone made it up. Who cares?
Literally.
Enjoy the damn show.
Period.
Movie or
So
whatever.
we'll just like try to take things like too far, and I'm like,
Way
girl,
too far.
what are you doing?
Are there any horror movies that you're excited to see that are coming out?
I'm excited for the new Insidious.
Oh yeah.
That's a series I've loved. They haven't dropped the ball once.
I saw the up to the second one, and then I kind of just like I ended up not watching it, but I like the first two.
Well, this one basically just takes it right back to
the sun.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer for it.
So this one might bring you back in.
Well, I mean, yeah. I don't like watching trailers anymore, and B, it's just like I'm not a big horror guy. I'm more of a comedy, sci-fi, everything else guy.
Everyone needs a big boob waifu.
Anime is no joke. Big boob waifu. Am I saying that right?
Waifu? I think it's waifu.
Waifu. Jack, you need a girlfriend that isn't your right hand.
And he needs to be able to not fuck girls on your bathroom floor again.
Yeah, that seems to be a constant thing in this house.
Yeah.
No. That or the garage.
Yeah, rude.
No. It doesn't help that I keep making that joke. I make that joke now, just like, if you're going to do it in the bathroom.
Literally.
I would never do it in that bathroom, but
no.
You know what? Go ahead.
You better put saran wrap everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Clean it all up.
Mm-hmm.
Bleach it.
Nasty.
I bleached it like a year or two ago.
There you go.
It is technically sanitized recently.
Yeah. No.
I huff glue. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
I just work here.
I just work here, bitch. What do you have any tips for like upcoming photographers if you were to say any and someone was to actually watch this?
Let's see.
You see how much I have confidence in this? What would be like the one thing you wish you had known when you were like starting out that you could probably tell a photographer? This is a good question, isn't it?
It's a very good question. I mean, honestly,
I was beating my knee when I thought this question, so I was like, this is gonna be great. I was like, gotta write this down. Jamie's gonna love it.
My biggest advice would be don't lose you.
Yourself.
Like, don't lose yourself.
I was gonna say me. Stop
like,
it.
don't lose you in what you're doing.
Right.
Like, there's been times where, like, weeks after the fact, I will
just think about what am I doing, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I sometimes get complacent and can get a bit jaded due to what's going on. I mean, as we've kind of talked about, there's sometimes a bit of drama that surrounds certain scenes.
Oh yeah, and bands and stuff. And everyone tells you everything because you're like a therapist.
Yeah,
you're easy to talk to.
I'm the emotional teddy bear. I'm like that sponge. And like when I've been shooting a lot more like LGBTQ stuff, and again, I take in people's emotions like sponge. And when you're at bars and such, it takes a lot out of you.
Right.
So like I've been doing that a lot. Photography wise, it's like kind of like a way to give back to that community.
Yeah.
But like it can also take a toll on you. So it's like, don't get jaded. People are dealing with their shit, and they're like kind of, as like the photographer, you become like the one that has to hold everything together in weird situations. Like on this last tour I was on, like the guys were just like, we're so glad you're here, because like at times like everything is going to chaos, and I would just come out with like a fucking huge ass smile on my face and just So it's just don't lose that. Like, yeah, I mean,
It's a good one. I like it. Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing someone told all of us a while ago. Just like, if the show didn't go well, whatever, the next show will be better. Like, always have that. Like, try to look up. Some shows are bad. Some shows people don't show up. So just
yeah,
like the next show will be better. If not, then the next one will be better. There will be more shows as long as you keep trying to plug away. Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, that's really good advice right there. We,
So it's kind of like the same kin, I think.
yeah, it's like there's gonna be moments where you're gonna get stagnant,
Mm-hmm.
or like you said, no one shows up at the show, or circumstances come up that you cannot control.
Of course.
Don't let it deter you
Mm-hmm.
from your ultimate goal.
I like that. That's so quaint.
Well, it's because it's like it can be very easy to fall off track if you lose yourself, if you medicate, like overly medicate yourself,
Yeah.
or
Overwork yourself
yeah,
just as well, or you just like don't take some time to be yourself, or like hang out, or just take a vacation. Basically, like relax.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've definitely had to relearn this year
Mm.
quite heavily. Is that definitely giving myself time to recuperate, relax, actually unwind versus like running. When I do like those weekends where like I'm running, doing gigs every single day, it definitely wears on you.
Well, yeah, because you also have work and everything else.
Yeah,
Because you have to, pay for your shit a lot of the time,
absolutely.
which is a shame. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like a lot of the gigs I'm doing now are like paid, so
That's
like
great.
I'm a majority of them. So I luckily get a lot back that can go towards bills or
Probably just gas.
gas, bills, and my food and drinks.
I mean, you have a great car for gas. So
Oh yeah,
that's
my
the
Honda
best thing.
Civic, my 2010.
Just as much as I should on my car. It gets great gas mileage.
Exactly, that's all I care about in a car is like gas mileage and reliability.
That's why I like the Toyota Rav4 Prime.
Oh yeah,
Because it's an SUV. It would be so much nicer to get all my shit in, and then like it would be hybrid, so it would be just electric a little bit of the time. I don't think the range is big on it because it's hybrid, but
Yeah.
still, at least I'll have that. So if I absolutely need to, I can just turn that on while I'm
Absolutely.
driving and save some gas.
Yeah.
Especially being in fucking California.
Yeah, where you literally get a tax write off every year.
Yeah, that would be great. Just as well, I've been thinking if I had the money, I'd probably get a Tesla.
They look kind of ugly though.
I don't care about that. It's just like no gas.
True.
I think of it of like, so I get a car that's no gas, 300-mile range, electric, from here to almost Apple Valley. I
True.
could just drive there, not worry about gas at all,
Very true.
and then only have to pull over to charge somewhere. I don't have to have a plug-in station at home.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone really does.
Not many.
And if I really wanted to, it would be really cool to make up a thing to where you get solar panels and just have it charged through that instead of like your actual electric bill.
Yeah.
That'd be the genius if I was, kind of thing. But yeah.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, you know what the funny thing was about the car?
What?
Was I didn't tell you in there was the way they told me that they have my I always forget the goddamn word. Not the deposit, the your deductible. So basically, I have $1,000 deductible. So I paid $1,000, which is my whole paycheck, to get my car back to me finally. But the person that hit me obviously is liable. So I guess my insurance finally was able to get the payment, and they send it to my auto body shop. However, they called me while I was at work. I didn't pick up because my phone died. When I checked the voicemail, I call and they're like, "Hey, so this is Fix Auto. So we need your car back. Call us back." And I'm like, "Do you need my car back? What's in my car? Is there drugs in my car? Why do you need my car?" That's such a weird 30-second voicemail of, hey, it's us. We want your car back. Call us back. Hang up. And I call them. I'm like, what's going on? If you want my car, you can have it. I don't want it. Keep it for yourself. And they're like, oh no, we have your money for you. And your insurance sent it to us instead of you. And I'm like, that's odd, but all right. They probably still thought you had it. Because the last thing I told my insurance guy was, oh, I don't even have my car. I haven't talked to my insurance guy since then.
Jeez. What was that?
That was, last month around the 16th or something. It was like after, what's that holiday that was in there? Memorial Day? Was it Memorial Day?
It was Juneteenth weekend.
No, I'm thinking before. No, there was another one. Not that one, because that technically. Well, at least I didn't get the day off, so yeah. No, there's another one that's been around longer that I'm thinking of. But either way, I called him one of those weekends, or the day on a Monday and stuff like that, and that was like the last time. And I didn't have my car then, so he probably was like, "Oh, it's probably still at the shop." So hopefully, this $1,000 will get there before I get to pay. But unfortunately, missed it. So
yeah. Oh, Father's Day.
it wasn't Father's Day. Because I had my car then. Bambi, you're not helping. I don't know why Hunter's saying Mexicans.
God damn it, Hunter. Not in public.
Mexicans. Does his grandfather have the chat right now? No. The bathroom was good enough for Thomas. Rip. Rest in peace, Thomas.
I still don't get that graphic image out of my head.
What?
Of just like the pitchfork.
Oh, right. Yeah, I forget that I did that. Yeah, I had to pitchfork him just to get him out from where he was. And now he's buried in my backyard.
Well, there you go.
I had to bury him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give him a proper send-off.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Just throwing a dead cat in the trash bag.
Oh.
That's in a bag that smelled like death. You know what's really funny about all that? So, Thomas went missing. Right? We're like, we haven't seen Thomas. That's so weird. Thomas hasn't been gone for this long. And Hunter was living here still at the time. And the washing machine, where we do our laundry, the laundry room, right next to it was where his body was, right? And so, obviously, when a cat dies or anything dies, there's a putrid, bad smell. And so the smell arose while he was doing laundry. He didn't tell anyone at all. And so finally, my dad is the one who told me, being like, hey, I think I smell like Thomas, or something definitely died around out here. And so this is like after work, me and Jack are going to go to some show to see some punk bands play in, I think, Oxnard or Camarillo. And so I start looking around, and I find Thomas, do the whole pitchfork thing, yada, yada, yada. I tell Hunter where it was. He's like, oh, you mean next to the laundry room? And then he's all like, yeah, I've been smelling like death pretty much right there. I didn't think of it. I'm like, you mean to tell me we've been mentioning for the last few weeks that Thomas went missing, and it didn't connect the two, that what the bad smell you're smelling may be Thomas dead. None of that floated across your mind. You were just like, well, it smells bad now. I'm in the laundry room. I've never smelt this before until today.
Oh, God. That is situation.
Mexicans did not hit my car.
Damn beans.
No, it was a white dude who was looking left. Yeah, it says that in the police report. I was driving. Car in front of me stopped. I stopped. Car behind me stopped. Guy behind him looked left. I don't know what app that is on his phone, but apparently he was looking left and then ran into the crippled guy behind me and then me. Who he had to go to the hospital, and I turned out fine.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's the one time I wish I was sandwiched between two men.
You're not behind the 7-Eleven?
Not behind the 7-Eleven. You know what's really funny? You're one of the other few people that know me with the cucumber guy.
Oh yeah.
From Music Freaks.
Oh my god, that was so beautiful. So, can you explain to them the cucumber?
I may have mentioned it in previous podcasts, but yeah, the cucumber was basically you remember Cindy and Colin, right? Our other photographer friends. Oh, hi, Jamie. Kieran Hound. Wasn't being racist. He was just being funny. All right, whatever. It's just being tone of voice, I guess, perspective. It's fine.
I do the clicky clicks.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. Anyways, so what were we saying? Yeah, the cucumber.
Cucumbers are
So you remember Colin and Cindy, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the other photographer friends that we haven't seen in a while. Anyways, when the battle of the bands, Colin had gone to Smart and Final. I don't know if you know this part of the story, but he went to Smart and Final for Hannah, and got some items unbeknownst to me. And so he went to the green room. I went in there, and he's like, "Hey, I got something for you, sexy." I was like, "What is it, big boy?" And he literally took out the English cucumber, the big ass cucumber. I'm like, "Oh, that's funny. Give me that." So I took it, I put it in my battle jacket. It had an inside pocket, and so I would go around and I would hang out with people, and I'd start like jabbing people with it and be like, "Oh, look what I got." And then I would like move it in pockets, and people would try to find it and shit. It was like a really bad magician trick. And Simon, who was a judge from Species Unknown, he was all like, "Oh, if you throw that into the audience, I'll totally like give you as many points as possible because that would be really funny instead of a drumstick," which I did. And then after that, every show we played there, I tried to get a cucumber. Nobody asked you to be Batman. Wow, there's some shit going on in the chat. I have no clue what's going on.
I just work here.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is a live stream. It's Mr. Lips Talk Shit. If you're a newcomer, please follow.
Please.
We have a masturbation kit for sale. It's one of the sponsors that Twitch has nothing to do with, as well as we have cock sauce.
Cock.
I thought I had another one ready. Wait. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this one. Bullshit blasters. It's the pills for bullshitters. You know, if you have chronic bullshitting, you should take it. I forgot about this. So yeah, this is the new one. It controls bullshitting. I thought you would. I got this one just for you. I thought you would like that one.
That one's beautiful.
Because you like to throw some tea, you know.
Oh, I don't just throw shade. I throw the whole tree.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is perfect for you.
Yeah, I need this. Yeah. I need more of this in my life. Honestly.
I'll put it more next to you. I'll try to set it next to. Okay, let's try that now.
Yeah, just put it right.
You can take a look at it if you wish. But yeah.
Yeah, let's just put her right next to the cock.
The book was interesting because I didn't expect it to have anything written in it when I got it.
I talked to your cat about guns. That's still fucking beautiful.
It makes a left turn with religion. It's great. It literally brings up religion or something like that. It's really hilarious.
Really?
You didn't have to. Jamie does cool photo work in all varied communities. That is true.
I do. I mean, that's something that, like, the last year has really taught me is, like, the amount of power I do have with my platform.
I mean, yeah, you have tons of power, and everyone has to come to you just as well as any photographer. Like, if you're a band or anything, like, you need photographers.
And I guess I've been trying to basically use whatever platform I have to push people's barriers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of why I started going right into kink first, like, before even going into any other form of gay or LGBTQ art. I went right into kink because it's like, this is a type of community that a lot of people will not understand.
Right.
They will completely hate on.
And they'll try to shadow it out or block it or maybe even report you.
Exactly, and I guess in a way I don't even care if I get reported anymore because like I've had posts getting taken down. I've gotten my account shadow banned before.
Right.
The likes, the comments, it's nice, but it creates a cycle of like negative thought patterns.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I'm trying to defy all the odds.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the end of the day, if you enjoy doing what you're doing and, you are helping your community, so that's a big thing.
And oh,
Yep, the Hunter's on it,
yeah,
caveman. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. See,
Period.
that was, yep, came in a little late. But we're there. We made it.
Yes.
All right.
That
cool.
part.
Back on track.
That part. Kink.
The masturbation kit.
Yes.
Okay. I'm
Kink
using
and
that.
masturbation kit. Yes.
Using
Use
that
this for
for-
all it's fucking worth.
Right? Yeah. Oh, shit. I was going to flip it around and show the test. There we go.
Master. Oh.
Yeah, there was a virality test.
This is beautiful, actually.
I need to start eating like garlic more because I keep. Never mind. Anyways, back to kinking.
So, like,
Kinky.
I will say the pup community is very interesting.
Right.
I photograph. Yeah, lots of woof, lots of arf arf.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a pocket bear.
Right. You know, it's funny because we're doing that gay community, gay show that we're doing in August in San Diego. I wonder if anyone actually had seen my pictures with the bear, the half.
You
bear.
better wear it.
Yeah, I can't wear that anymore.
Why?
It's so hot.
Oh yeah, especially during the summer.
Actually, it might be better, but I have a beard, and then that is just it. And then I'm doing all this.
It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be muggy. You're gonna be sweaty with these titties.
Anyways, yeah. So I was just like, a thought I had. I was just like, I wonder if anyone still remembers this teddy bear.
Oh, I remember it very well.
It's like one of the actual first ones I ever did. Anyways, so your kinks, not your kinks. The ones.
It's funny. Like a lot of people think I am like into it sexually, which like. It's funny because the individual in Wichita, Kansas that I ended up hooking up with also identifies as a pup.
Okay.
So it's like I always attract these individuals into my life, and it's like it's a way of living. It's a lifestyle for some individuals. They just want to live their lives as pups.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a form of like escapism. Like they're getting away from like their everyday lives.
Everyone has that.
Exactly. For them, it's just a headspace.
Yeah.
With some leather and some things that people sometimes may not understand, but it's something that I had to grow accustomed to, going to bars and seeing this. And I guess for me, it was the first community within the gay community to really like accept me in. So I was like, okay, I have a camera. This could be like my way to finally figure out where I want to go with my photography, at least in these communities. So I kind of just brought my camera to an event at Patty's. It's funny that we were talking about Patty's earlier, and that was kind of like my gateway in.
That was the one, yeah. I think I remember that from the first episode that you mentioned that, yeah. Patty's, yeah.
And like then literally the next like public event that I photographed after my winter tour was a furry event. So she went right balls deep into like the hardcore kink scene, because like when it comes to like the gay scenes, I now have like gay bars and gay clubs in like tiers of gay. So there's different types. There's different subgenres, but you really only either get two overarching types.
Right.
Diet gay, which is like the manufactured like WeHo or more straight leaning.
Okay.
So it's kind of like okay, this is what we're kind of. It's diet gay, because you either get like that, which is kind of like a censored version of what you get at some of the more leathery gay bars, which is like porn playing on the screens and like I went
it's
to
out there.
Yeah, it's very out there. So like you really don't get like there's not a lot of in between, and I guess I try with my photography to try to create that in between.
Right.
Kind of bridge people's.
A coaster.
A coaster. Which also, he has a coaster right here that it says Mr. Lips Talk Shit. It's beautiful.
Laser engraved. If
Yes.
anyone in the local scene wants some shit laser engraved, you bring it to me, and I'll do it.
Yeah,
And you
it's
take kick-ass pat photos. That's what the hound, Kieran. Am I saying the name right?
yeah,
Kieran.
Kieran.
All right.
Yeah, they're a pup from LA. I'm actually photographing their event next Friday at Bullet.
Cool.
It's like a pup event meets like a fashion show. So they're like partnering with like designers and like people like within the kink community, and just
L.A. or
yeah,
okay.
over in North Hollywood.
All right.
I actually go out to that bar quite frequently, because in Ventura County we pretty much have no gay bars. Like,
well, because it's still technically a Republican area.
yeah,
I mean, most people don't believe it because we live so pretty close to LA, but this is still California is still technically a Republican state.
yeah,
Just as well in like I think 2008 there was more like Republican voters than there was Democratic, and Texas had the flip, which there's more Democrats than there was Republicans.
jeez.
So don't always believe your red and blue states, kids.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a lot of mixture.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we want to talk about history. Go back to Prop 8 back in 2008, which was literally a law that banned same-sex marriage in California.
I think the Mormons were like a big like vote, like not voting, but they were like very much like, hey, whatever, doing their shit. The berries and furs, your mask. Maybe I should bring it. It would be funny.
That's what I'm saying, girl. Y'all are gonna be playing a gay event. Bring the bear.
This isn't even the original one that I made. The original one broke.
So what's this one?
This is the remake of the one that I made.
Well, there you go.
How does that look still?
Looks pretty good.
I haven't worn this in freaking forever. I need to put some foam on it though. There's absolutely no padding.
Period.
No padding. That hurt. Anyways, yeah. You ever actually? I made you a mask, haven't I?
No.
Yeah. No?
No.
Oh, I need to make you one then.
Yeah.
I would absolutely wear one. You.
But I guess I got into like the kink space because I wanted to create a platform for people more like me. Because I lie in like this obscure category that like it's not like I'm out there by myself, but at the same time it's very hard to find other gay individuals that are also very like alternative and a bit darker and are into like the metal and like the metal and the music side of me is something that's like very important. And I want to create more space for that in the queer spaces. Which is where like my photography comes in.
Right.
Like just me photographing an event like that makes it more visible to not only like the people who I'm photographing, but it's also opening people's eyes.
Right. Especially if there's like, because you shoot multiple bands, if there's someone in a band that's in a metal band and then sees your photography, then sees all the other stuff, and then 1 and 2. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like I had a comment come up on Facebook the other day, that the person was like, I love this new shoot you did because it is constantly like making me question the ways of my thinking as a straight man being raised in like the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Like it's like that's a really cool comment to get because like I guess that's kind of the hope I get from my shoots is to push people's boundaries and make people think in ways that they may not otherwise.
That's always fun.
And I guess I'm just trying to do that more often. Just push those barriers a bit. Like Bianca Del Rio jokingly says, she's like, I don't play with the lines. I cross that line, turn around, and snort it.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of want to be with my photography. It's just kind of like pushing those barriers and pushing down doors for people that typically would not be able to have.
It's always good to push lines, and if you aren't comfortable with being having your line pushed, maybe don't listen to it or watch it or just
literally
like that, live in your little area. It's kind of like the same line as Carlin over here made. Like his duty of a comedian is to cross the line deliberately. I mean, if you're not making like offensive stuff or saying whatever you're saying, and people aren't letting you, then it's like, am I in the wrong, or what's going on here? Lenny Bruce died for just saying like what we would call like that's not even that bad, and then compare it to other comedians now, it's like really, it's you guys.
Exactly.
There's a huge difference between what a comedian says and what a politician says, and what you read from what a comedian said or wrote. You're not reading it in the same tone of voice.
No.
So like, let's have some perspective here and see that someone's joking, and then a guy who's like writing a bill and legislator doesn't give a shit and is actually thinking those things way worse.
Literally.
You know what I mean?
Literally, it's not a joke. In that, it's all contextual.
Contextual, yeah. If you don't have context in comedy, then it's literally nothing. It's like you're throwing everything out. Context, verbiage, all that. It all matters.
You're just taking it in for like a specific portion and not considering everything that's come around it.
Yeah, that's how Lenny Bruce basically died. I mean, it was a drug overdose, but he was, going so crazy for going to court for making jokes at a bar that he was getting paid to play at. You know what I mean? How wild is that? Can you imagine singing it at karaoke, someone not liking it, cops coming on the stage and just throwing you in jail, and you now have to go to court just for saying fuck? Or my wife is pregnant. That was one of the bigger ones for women comedians in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
Was like they couldn't mention pregnancy.
That's fucked.
There will definitely be a bear. Yeah, there will be bears at that show that we're going to be playing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm living for the Richard Pryor. That's the first person to mention Richard Pryor. That's cool. Comedy legends. All three of them.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm going to get some more. I want to get Bill Burr and a few other ones down here, but this is my comedy wall.
I love it.
I'm trying to do comedy. I'm going to do a couple more music and then comedy over here as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's my both sides.
Oh, yeah.
Comedy.
Mine is like, I like to say like my brain is kind of like the trifecta of metal culture, horror culture, and gay culture.
Yeah, you really, because you have like, well, we mentioned it, tons of horror movies, which, I think I only have like, probably out of my collection, probably 20. But I'm very specific on the horror movies I like. You got me into one of them. Belko Experiment.
Oh, that one's so good.
You showed me that, and I was like, oh, I like this movie. And I went out and I bought it like the next day, I think, because I kept thinking about it, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I'm like, I need to buy it.
Because tonally, it's just so comedic.
Also, it's pretty low budgeted too.
Yeah.
It didn't have, it was like, man, this is actually a really good one.
Absolutely.
It should get a second one at least.
I'm hoping. Because it kind of leads off to lead on to another one.
Yeah.
So I could see another one coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
The Collector is also a really good one. That's what someone just said. The Collector.
Yeah, I remember you showing us that one. I remember seeing parts of it at least. Yeah.
That was the one that, remember, Cora kept crying.
Yeah, the cat. That's right. Yeah, that was a long ass time ago. I haven't seen her in forever.
God, I remember Hannah being like, "God damn it, Sarah doesn't shut the fuck up."
Mm-hmm. The thing I liked about Belko Experiment was how at that party everyone was like, the one chick that hid, and she was just hiding there like most of the majority, and then she she basically ends up getting killed, right?
Yeah, she jumps back into spoilers. She jumps back into the elevator shaft and literally goes down, and the guy just
kills her. So I thought it was really funny that everyone was all like, "Oh man, that sucks." I'm like, "Fuck her! She knew where she should have stayed there." That was literally. I was the only one being like, "You guys, she's a fucking idiot." Like, what are you talking about? And then I finally got everyone to go see my side.
Literally,
that was like the funniest thing ever. It's just like,
you've been smart up until now.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's?
What the fuck? What are you doing?
What the fuck, Richard?
Tusk. I haven't seen Tusk.
Oh, Tusk is fucked up.
Yeah. I think I've heard of it, but
this guy gets turned into a walrus.
A walrus. Yeah, wait, Kevin Smith, isn't that no?
Justin Long, I think.
Didn't Kevin Smith direct it or something?
I think something like that.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know.
Isn't Johnny Depp in it for a second? No, okay, I'm thinking something else then. Never mind. Take that back. Don't listen to me. I don't know anything about movies. You ever play Framed?
No.
You should play Framed. It's a game on like Google Chrome where you just type in Frame. And basically, they show you one picture of a movie, right? And you have 6 guesses, so you have to guess what that movie is. And by the sixth one, if you don't get it, then they tell you, obviously. So it's kind of like Wordle, but it's a movie version, and you can only tell by the pictures.
Does it give you like options, or do you have to type it?
You type it in, and it'll no, but it has a drop down menu, so
Okay.
it will tell you. And if it's not in there, then that means it's not that movie. It's a fun game.
So yes, Kevin Smith directed that movie, and Justin Long stars.
I was right. Oh my god. Because I saw some interview with Kevin Smith and him talking about Johnny Depp being in it, and I was like, oh, I should really see it. But yeah, I love movies.
I do too.
Yeah, movies are great.
I'm actually going. Dad really wanted to go see Indiana Jones, so we're going to see that on 4th of July.
I had not seen the first one until very recently, like this year.
What do you think?
Oh, I enjoyed the first one. You know, now I'm in the middle of the second one. I just started it today.
Very
And so because I got the whole collector set.
Yeah.
I'm weird. I only see it if I can get the DVD of it, and I got the whole collection set at Goodwill for like $4.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, all the way down to the one everyone hates, the one before this new one, the Crystal Skull.
Oh, people hated that one?
Apparently, a lot of the actual like fanboy fans hated it because it's aliens and Indiana Jones, and South Park made that joke about it, about how it shouldn't have aliens and stuff like
True.
that. Yeah, and they ruined it, and so I enjoyed it because it was like the only one I saw.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see why, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's also like it's a made up character. Also, it's Steven Spielberg. He can do what the fuck he wants to do with
That
his
part.
character. You want to hear a really weird fact that I heard about Steven Spielberg and George Lucas in regards to Indiana Jones and how it was created? Because that's one thing I do. I watch a movie and then I kind of go on IMDb and kind of scroll the facts and see what interesting things I can find. And so I watched Indiana Jones, and one of the ones I found was apparently after Star Wars came out, what George Lucas and Steven Spielberg do, because they're friends, they go out to like Hawaii or they go to some vacation and don't listen to any of the what happens. They just hear about it, if it's good or bad, how the box office did. So obviously they hear while they're in Hawaii, oh, box office went great, cool, great, awesome, we could finally relax. The movie did great. Star Wars is amazing. I'm so glad, right? And so they're hanging out together. And obviously, Steven Spielberg had nothing to do with Star Wars. He was just there hanging out as a friend. And so they're on the beaches of Hawaii making sandcastles. And Steven Spielberg is telling George Lucas, "Oh, I think I'm going to do like a 007 James Bond thing." And George Lucas is, "No, I got a better idea," and started pitching him freaking Indiana Jones. And then shortly thereafter, Indiana Jones came out. Because 2 grown men, 40 years old, on the beaches of Hawaii, making sandcastles. That's how that movie was created.
We'd love to hear it.
Isn't that hilarious?
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. It's you take a look at IMDb and read the trivia on movies. You'll find some golden ones.
Period.
Like Johnny Depp, instead of Johnny Depp, it may have been Robert De Niro's Captain Jack Sparrow. That was almost for a second. Or David Schwimmer being, instead of Will Smith, for Men in Black.
Yep.
That's another fun one.
It's kind of thing, like, it's an interesting one. The newest Little Mermaid, Ursula was almost Lizzo.
Interesting. I wonder why they didn't do that.
I don't know. I think that would have been a better option, because Lizzo
really?
can actually sing.
Did they? Yeah, they probably dubbed Melissa McCarthy.
No, she actually sang.
Oh, it wasn't good?
It was the thing.
Because Johnny Depp, he didn't sing, and then he did Sweeney Todd, and he killed it.
Oh, he fucking...
He's a great vocalist. Have you heard his cover of Heroes with his band with Alice Cooper?
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
It's incredible.
It's amazing.
Johnny Depp
almost
is just
sounds like David Bowie.
Multi-talented.
Yeah. He's a great guy. Great actor.
Bet he can fuck.
I have a good... Huh?
I bet he can...
He can fuck. He just can't fuck the crazy out of some people.
Well, yeah.
One person.
Mm-hmm.
That was my favorite part of that whole case of the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing, was the dog shitting on the bed, and it was her.
Yeah.
Well, she claimed that it was the dogs. It's like, why didn't you think it was the dogs? Dogs are teacup poodles, and I'm like, what are teeth? And I looked it up. I could not stop laughing at work. I was like, this is the funniest fucking thing. I had never heard of these dogs. They're so small. They're like this big.
Literally.
I feel like if he had the chance and he had big enough pockets, he should have been like, well, these are the dogs. And he just reaches in the pocket, and there's the dog. Just like the other one. Explain to me how that one, either of them, could make a human-grown shit.
Literally. I still haven't seen the second Aquaman.
Do you care to?
I don't know.
She's in it, I think.
Is she?
I have no idea. I stopped watching any of those comic book movies. The only ones I watch are... I mean, it doesn't necessarily count, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I watched Batman with Robert Pattinson, which I loved.
Oh, that one was good.
That was amazing. Paul Dano, great actor. Another great actor. And then Joker, but I don't think that one counts as a comic book movie, but it's still, comic book character. So, But yeah, with me and Marvel, it's just like, it's so cookie cutter. Like, it's overdone.
That one's cookie cutter, and then DC is just legit.
It's hit and miss.
Yeah. It's either really good, or it's like, girl, you fucked up.
Right. And they just been fucking up, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, Wonder Woman 1, phenomenal. Wonder Woman 2, mm-mm.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. After Batman versus Superman, I was like, I'm being very choosy. And then Marvel's just over there being like, look, each year we have a new one. And it's like, so you guys are the same equivalency as a new iPhone or a new
Well, no, like,
Android.
they actually have multiple every year now.
Yeah.
It's because, like, they have all the series now, and they have, like, multiple different movies coming out. It's like...
Even that, yeah, no. And they all have them planned and scheduled, and I'm like, this is so much. And then you guys are watching basically watered down garbage. Like, it's not good, And then you have other movies that are kind of small and no one's paying attention to.
Literally.
Like, I went and saw Burt Kreischer's movie, The Machine.
Mm-hmm.
Funny movie. The action in it was amazing. I was not expecting the action in it. And it's a shame that I was there was only me and like 2 other people in that theater. And then after that, it wasn't in any other theaters.
Really?
Unless you wanted to drive all the way to Glendale to watch the damn movie. And then after that, it wasn't, because no one went and saw it. Everyone went and saw the other movies. Just as well, Rotten Tomatoes. Fuck Rotten Tomatoes, doesn't do anything. No. I hate Rotten Tomatoes so much.
It's literally...
It's biased as fuck.
No.
B, it's like, why are you, A, reading a review written by someone else that you don't know the person, and none of them lived the same thing as you're living.
It was kind of like, I went and saw this Jennifer Lawrence movie last week, this comedy she did, No Hard Feelings.
What's that one about?
It's about this girl who gets basically, her car gets, repossessed. So she dates a kid. I want to see that. No. It's really funny, but like some of the reviews were like panning it. So my dad was like, I don't know, it's getting slammed in the reviews. I said, Dad, why are you looking at the Bruce? Like,
I'm the same way with trailers now. I don't watch trailers at all. Like, I did that. I experimented with Cocaine Bear. Did you see Cocaine Bear?
I loved Cocaine Bear.
That was such a funny movie. And so I was like, I would normally watch a trailer because you kind of want to see what's in the movie and stuff like that. I'm like, what if I just don't do that? What if I just Cocaine Bear? It's a bear. It gets cocaine. It's something, it's whatever.
Yeah.
And Ray Liotta's in it. That's literally all I went in. Everyone in the living room watched it here, and I just did not pay attention to it at all. So I did not watch the trailer. I went in it, and I felt like I laughed a lot more than the people around me who had watched the trailer.
See, I was going to movies a lot, so I couldn't avoid the trailer.
Yeah.
But I was still laughing so hard I was crying.
Yeah.
Like, especially that scene where, like, that guy's, like, up in the tree.
Yeah.
Like, just getting, like, eaten alive, and you're all just like...
Dude, it's so funny. When she, what's her name? Oh my god. What's her name? The, character actress, freaking... thinking of BoJack Horseman, I can't think of her goddamn name. That's gonna kill me.
Which character?
She's the basically like the ranger. What's her name? What's the actress's name?
I don't know her name.
Fuck! It's on the tip of my goddamn tongue. Anyways, when she comes in after being attacked and stuff like that, and takes out her gun and does that shot, and the guy moves out of the like that.
Oh, that was.
Oh, that killed me. I was almost on the floor, and my friend, and I felt kind of weird because like I'm still laughing well after the fact, and then like everyone around me laughed at it and then stopped because they're like, no, it's the rest of the movie or something like that. And I'm like, was this in the trailer or something like that? You know, or. But yeah, I had a few people tell me like I watched the trailer and I went to go see it and I thought it was it. I didn't think it was going to be a comedy and I'm like, really?
Oh, the trailer was easily comedy.
Yeah, it's funny. That's why I don't watch trailers because it's like it a I feel like trailers at this point they show so much of the movie that you're just watching the whole movie in 1 minute, and then B it's like I'd rather just go see a movie.
That part.
Like why don't you just go see a movie?
That part.
Like oh what's this? I'm gonna go see it.
Yeah, that's one.
I think that's
yeah.
lost.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer for this Indiana Jones movie so many times already.
I see. I haven't seen it.
Like I'm like.
I just know it's coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's already out now.
Huh?
It's out now.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I don't
Just came
even know
out
that.
yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I don't even know. The
Yeah.
only movie that I know that it's gonna be a band movie. I think we're all gonna go see it. Is the Five Nights at Freddy's?
Mm-hmm.
Because Hannah wants to go see it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't care to go see it. And then I thought about it. I'm like, maybe I should because technically part of this was the inspiration to that game, just as well as our song "Toy."
Oh yeah.
So it's like. If you want to stream Toy on Spotify,
oh yeah,
just plug my band.
Always.
What's going on in the chat? I haven't. Let's see. I'm gonna turn to the chat.
Mango Martindale.
Amber Heard is basically all the same. Oh, Margot Martindale. That's her name.
That one.
That's the actress.
Period. Who is Bambi?
She was just here with Steven.
Oh, that's Bambi. Sorry, I'm terrible with names. I'm better with faces.
Her name's Maya, but yeah, she goes by Bambi as well. That's like her
okay.
nickname.
I'm sorry. I'm better with faces than I am
it's
names.
Same. I'll remember. I'm terrible at names. You know that's.
I'm like sometimes I'm like, hey, you.
For me it just seems like I need more of an interaction than just like, hey, this is this person, and I go, okay, cool, and then all of a sudden I just never see that person.
Literally.
And then it's like, okay, I don't remember that person.
Well, yeah, unless like we've had like direct like a long conversation.
Yeah.
And like I'm somewhat sober, because that's the thing is I'll be at these bars just drunk, and I will meet people,
Your
and then they'll be like,
Phil. Good, nice to meet you, Phil.
and they'll be like. See, I have to get your Instagram. That's how I remember you. It's like if we have a social media and I see your face popping up, we're good. If we don't have each other on socials,
you know, what would be fun for me to do is like if I get something to laser engrave a QR code for your photography page.
Oh,
because the laser engraver does
QR code. Period.
QR codes.
Period.
And it works. So I could just do that for you, like a little business card almost.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'd appreciate that.
That'd be cool.
See, Kieran has like a little a little QR reader on their collar, and it's in the shape of a dog bone.
That's interesting. Wow. How much does that cost? I
don't know. I don't know if Kieran's still in the chat, but Kieran, sound off if you remember how much that was.
Out of curiosity.
Because I am wondering, even though I don't know if I'm more of like a choker person, I think I'd just be like a necklace kind of bitch, or maybe like a wristband.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I could probably do that too. Make you a leather wristband of a QR code with Jamie Kaufman. I still have your sticker, by the way.
Oh, period. The 1.0.
Yeah.
Because now I have these like bigger ones that are white background.
Where do you get them made?
Just random ass websites whenever I find it.
You should go to stickerguy.com.
I will.
I'm gonna recommend that to everyone.
Period.
I say that all the time. I don't know if I told you last time, but they do like 250 stickers, black and white, for $20. That's like the lowest.
Well, mine's also a color.
Color is a little more expensive, but if you do get it like black and white, I feel like you could really make it look cool with just black and white. But yeah, no, I just plug that in.
Yeah.
I don't get any money for Sticker Guy, but I love promoting their things.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's great stickers. Oh, tomatoes, worst vegetable. basically all the same formula with Marvel. DC tries to stick to the comic book aspect, but they execute terribly. See, I'd be fine with it. I mean, I don't read the comic books, so
Yeah.
I can't say with that. It's kind of cool that they try to do it for the fans.
Yeah.
You know, and Marvel is probably the more studio based of just like, what's the chances of people who read the comic book and knows the material coming in to watch it compared to the people who just want to go see a movie, you know, like there's always that higher chance.
Yeah.
That's why whenever people go watch a movie that's based off a book, you're not going to get it like it's the book. You're going to get some things that are wrong because they're not playing to you, they're playing to the other 1%.
Yeah. They're playing to the people that didn't read the book.
Yeah. Like with me in Hunger Games.
Yup.
I read the first sentence and I was like, I'm not reading this book, and then never read it.
No.
And then I finally saw the movie, the first one last year, for a stupid comedic reason that was a dumb idea. Because it's been 10 years since that movie came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, what if I just wait for the movie for its 10-year anniversary, the first one. I watch it on the 10-year anniversary, and then I just go around and be like, you know what movie I just saw? Hunger Games, the first one. And then people would be like, didn't that come out 10 years ago? And I would have this stupid, like, yeah, I finally saw it. They're like, it's been 10 years. Wow, it's been a while. I should have waited 20 years.
I mean, 10 is still a good chunk of time.
Just to not watch a movie because I don't like the two main characters' names.
Katniss and Peeta.
That's the only reason why I didn't read the book. I read Peeta and Katniss, and I'm like, those are the dumbest fucking names I've ever heard. I hope they die. I don't care about these books.
And now look at Peeta is going to be in Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah. Oh. Huh?
The guy that plays Peeta.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Josh Nicholson.
Hutcherson.
Yeah, that.
I feel like you mixed Jack Nicholson.
I'm tired, okay? My brain is jello.
Why are you tired?
Just my brain being jello. I was drinking last night.
Smart. What's your go-to drink at a bar? Do you have one? Or...
Vodka Red Bull.
Oh, okay.
Or a Sex on the Beach.
What is a Sex on the Beach?
It's a mixture of vodka and peach schnapps with cranberry juice and orange juice.
Do you like vodka?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Vodka or tequila?
Ugh.
Or there's this one drink I like that's a mixture of Midori, gin, and lemonade.
The fuck is Midori?
It's like this melon flavored alcohol.
Okay. Never heard of it.
I don't know. It's green. It's cute.
I just drink whiskey.
Felt.
Yeah.
I drink that sometimes. Like that with Coke.
See, I can drink it neat. I'm weird. It's the same thing with like coffee. I just drink it straight black.
That's hot.
I used to put creamer in it, and then like I got tired of just drinking basically creamer, and then I started doing less and less and less. And then I was like, what if I just drink it with only sugar? So I started drinking it with sugar, and then I was like, I'm just gonna drink it black, and then I have it.
So weaning yourself.
I guess I ended up just weaning myself, and I'm like, I really just like the taste of coffee.
See, coffee just makes me poop.
Yeah. And then, so, in high school, I used to go to, there was a place called Java Kai in Moore Park. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it was a cool little coffee shop that was here very, very short time. I used to love it. I used to have their Java Kai coffee cart, but I would go there every morning, and I was the only high school student in, like, 10th or 11th and 12th grade ordering a large black coffee. And the owner remembered me every time. He's like, you want a black coffee? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay. And he was like, and then everyone behind me is like, yeah, I would like the mixed whatever with whipped cream and everything. And I'm the only one being like a
I just want black.
Look, I've seen some shit. I'm 30 years old. I'm too old for my age.
Felt.
My friend Scotland, his mom apparently told him that I look like a 30-year-old divorcee.
Oh, a lot of guys at the bars think I'm like 30s to 40s.
That's so funny because you're 25. Yeah.
It's because of this.
Yeah, the beard. If I shaved off now, I'd probably look really weird.
Oh, if I shaved off now, I'd look like a fetus.
I like having the beard.
Same.
Yeah.
I say it's so big because it's filled with secrets.
Mm-hmm. See, I thought it was a fat thing. When I was fat, I was like, I just like the beard because I don't like my chin and stuff like that. And then I lost all the weight. And I'm like, I just still like having a beard.
Yeah.
Because it feels so weird when it's off, and then you look at yourself and you're like, eh.
And also, there is nothing better than when someone starts like scratching at your beard in a bar.
Mm.
Like I have guys like come up and like start like massaging at my beard and shit, and I'm like,
that's weird. That's interesting.
Gays get very touchy with alcohol.
I bet.
What can I say? I'm really a pocket bear, so I'm like...
Pocket bear.
I'm a bear you can fit in your pocket.
It sounds like an app. Almost.
Pocket bear?
Pocket bear. I randomly met... Oh yeah, Jack met Josh Hutcherson at Mammoth Mountain.
Oh, period.
He also doesn't know how to read half breed. Hate breed.
Hmm?
I'm just making a joke.
Oh.
We've told you the hate breed story.
No.
The hate breed, half breed. Have we never told you the hate breed, half breed story?
No.
Half breed never told you. The band joke, hate breed. Oh my god. So there was a band called Half Breed. All right, I'm gonna preface this with there was a LA based band. They're not around anymore. They're gone. So I think it was 2016 because we were playing Azar's Sports Bar. So we don't get this at all. I don't think. I don't know if someone changed it in the setting, but Facebook for some reason had always moved a lot of our messages to spam instead of like message requests when we first started out. And so apparently Jack figured this out, or he was looking into it, like looking in spam, and saw that we missed a show to play a show. And he started calling me, and then calling Hannah while we were both at work, freaking out, texting us, being like, guys, we missed a show, we did it, and we're like, who cares? We missed a show. Shit happens, right? And so he's like, well, no, you don't understand. We missed the chance to open for Hate Breed. And we're like, to open for Hate Breed, really? And well, that shit happened. He's like, yeah, look. So he sends us this message, and it's literally, hey, do you want to open for our band Half Breed? Half Breed. And so we jokingly circle it, highlight it, and be like, Jack, it says Half Breed, not Hate Breed. Guess what, Jamie? Do you think that story ends there?
No. It's Jack we're talking about.
Unfortunately, it continues years after that. Many, many years after that. My first visit at NAMM. So we go to NAMM. Me, Jack, Austin, Hannah. We're at NAMM. We're going through the musicians. We're going through the guitars, right? And so Austin was like in front of me. Jack was like way out somewhere. Like he was trying to find us, I think. So Austin's in front of me, and then Hannah's like kind of like next to me. And Austin stops and talks to this guy. He's like, hey, I love your stuff. I really like your band. And says nice things. And the guy's like, oh, cool, thank you. And handshakes him. And then Austin turns to Hannah and is like, hey, this is the guitarist for Hate Breed. And I say jokingly, because I'm an asshole, I say, don't you mean Half Breed? And then the guitarist is like, Half Breed? What are you talking about? And then Hannah, being Hannah, all joyous and glee, is all like, oh my god. And so starts telling him the whole, how we started as a band, Hate Breed, Half Breed, told him the whole story. And we're like, yeah, and this is him. And right on cue, Jack shows up. He's like, oh yeah, what's going on? And we're like, hey, Jack, this is the guitarist for Hate Breed. And he looks at him. The guitarist gives him the handshake and was all like, hey, you know what? It happens to the best of us. And we just start busting up laughing. And then Jack's like, I'm going to swan dive off this building. I can't believe. Full tuition, we've told the guitarist now from Hate Breed about the that we mistakenly. But Jamie, it doesn't end there.
No. What?
You know Austin, he's in like many different bands.
Yeah, like 5.
He's a guitar tech for Thrown into Exile.
No, he's the guitarist now.
Right. So he's he was, well, no, at the time he's guitar teching.
Yeah.
Right. And so he's guitar teching and stuff like that, and it happens to be the festival that Jamie Josta puts on
Mm-hmm.
at his place. And so he got to meet Jamie Josta and ask him if he had heard from his guitarist about Hatebreed, Half Breed. And so we reminded him of the story. Jamie literally stopped Austin partially through and was like, I know the story. Our guitarist told us this. And our drummer was literally dying, laughing. And so now it's actual full fruition. The whole band knows. And Half Breed doesn't exist anymore. So it's really fucking hilarious that this joke is going on about this band that A doesn't exist and B it only greatly affects us.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
you literally have an inside joke with Hatebreed. That's fucking beautiful.
isn't that hilariously
That's fucking
great?
beautiful.
Yeah, it's the Hatebreed Half Breed story. It's lived on since 2016.
That is fucking beautiful. I love how it's just stars. He's probably just like, fuck.
Oh, when Austin told him after coming back from the whole, I can't remember the name of the festival that Jamie Johnson does, but after he comes back and told Jack the full story of telling him, hey, breed, breed, stuff like that, Jack immediately, because we're on a Zoom call, just goes to his liquor cabinet and opens up a bottle and starts drinking it. It was so goddamn fun.
That is beautiful.
Just as well as before he left, he's like, oh, I might have the chance to meet Jamie Johnson. And I'm like, who's that? He's like, oh, you need to look up who Jamie Johnson is. I'm like, okay. And so I'm like trying to first figure out how to spell his name, and then second, I looked it up. I could not stop laughing for 15 minutes when I read American Singer, Hatebreed. That was just so funny to me. I'm like, oh, you're gonna be next to the guy, or at least be able to run into him.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's fucking beautiful. This tour, to tell you a little, like, not similar, but just because we're telling like funny stories. Towards the end of the tour, we were all just feeling the fucking stress. So the vocalist started chanting "End it all." So that just became the band inside joke for the rest of the tour. It was just like we were just like one inconvenience would be like "End it all, end it all."
That's great. End it all. Oh my goodness. What's the craziest show you've ever seen or like you've ever been a part of?
On tour?
Or any?
Well, there was one show in Auburn, Alabama on this tour that was in the middle of like a small townhouse living room. I literally had to shoot part of this like show on the staircase.
That's interesting.
Because the crowd was just going fucking nuts.
Just someone's house.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I love that shit. Like, just that's what a lot of this tour was like DIY spaces, like places where like you couldn't have any alcohol, any drugs in the premises. Like,
no.
Yeah, like that was the weird thing about like touring is I had to keep all my weed at home. So she couldn't be high. Although the other band were like total stoners, so I kept like getting weed from them, which they saved my mental state. But I started smoking a lot of Delta 8, which is like another cannabinoid within the weed plant that they sell in other states. It's not legal in California because it's not regulated, so the state of California banned it. But
that's interesting.
It basically just gives you like a milder high.
Okay. I know nothing of weed. I know my dad grows it.
And you're wearing a weed shirt, so I had to bring up weed.
Yeah. I mean, I support it. I just don't do it.
Yeah.
I had my experience.
Yeah. I remember.
I told you.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned it here on the podcast.
It was not fun.
It was just one bad experience. I'm sure if I do it again, it wouldn't happen again. But I don't know if I'm the type of person to, be the relaxed kind of guy. I might actually, like, my head might actually just get me into, like, that bad space again.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? So it's just like, well, you know what? I had my experience.
Yeah.
I wanted that experience in a way at the end, but, yeah. Fucking 453. I hate that.
What is that?
It's literally when I was having my episode, is what I'm going to call it. At one point, I vaguely remember Steven being on that couch the opposite side of that room. And I remember, like, I need to talk to someone, and I guess I gravitated to Steven because he's, like, the most experienced kind of person and whatnot. And so I was, like, telling him, like, I can't figure out what time. It's 4:53. It won't. That's what I kept saying. It won't move. Like, the time wouldn't move for me because I thought I died. That was literally a panic for me. And so they're like, it's not 453. It's like 320. I'm like, no, I just checked. It's 450. Like, I was so. I don't know. I thought I was saying a different number than 453, but apparently they definitely remember me saying 453, and so that's been an inside joke. 453.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I don't remember much of that night, but I do remember being so fucking freaked out. And I'm like, I'm just gonna stick to alcohol because I can control that.
Period.
Right. Plus, I like getting drunk more than I would like getting high. I think.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind trying like shrooms or something like that down the line.
Absolutely.
Maybe, but,
I had one coworker that would microdose,
Mm.
like before and sometimes during shifts.
Interesting.
I know, it was interesting.
I mean, if they can do their job fine, then
do
it. Yeah.
He perfectly does. So
it's the people that can't do their job
that part.
Yeah. Ecstasy is the best one. I'm telling the band about 453. I hate you.
But do they not know about that?
I mean, I told them I think that's probably part of what I left out was just 453 because it was not needed information. Because so much of it to me was more of just like I died. Everyone around me is just a mere imagination. And then for like 3 days, I listened to the Beatles like Strawberry Fields Forever, and I am the Walrus. I could not stop listening to that song for 3 days because it brought me comfort after that experience.
Absolutely. Jesus.
Don't feel bad, my homie had such a bad trip. He thought he was Will Smith. What?
That's funny.
What is that? What? Oh.
That's
what?
Funny.
What does that even mean? Wait.
I don't know. He thought he was Will Smith.
We just great, but too much, and you'll pull a Jose. Yeah, I pulled a Jose. That's true. Our friend Jose, he got too high a few times. As he says, flew too close to the sun, kind of thing, and just like, yeah, had a little breakdown. He cried, wept in the fetal position on my lap because he was freaking out. So I understand completely.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny as fuck though. I make fun of him for it all the time, but yeah.
Period.
Funny as shit. It was hilarious. It was so funny because like him and Hunter, they were all getting fucking high and hanging out, and they went out back, and like 15 minutes later, Jose comes in and was just in tears. I'm like, what's going on, buddy? He's like, well, I hate science. I'm like, why do you hate science? He's all like, because it's the sun and everything, and like all of a sudden, just like everyone's going to die, like kind of like what I had, but it was just like way worse because I thought I was dead. His thing was like everyone's going to die, and I'm like, okay, and so like he just was like there, and I'm like, okay, and then Hunter and I think Scotland came in and were like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know.
That's beautiful.
Oh, no, that was a different time outside of Azars when he fell. Yeah, brownie incident. I got my sister high out of brownie too.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Without telling her that it was a wheat brownie. Yeah.
Period.
Alright. What else is there to talk about? We can go back into movies or something. I don't know.
We've been live for 2 hours now.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, it's 9 o'clock. Son of a bitch. I don't know, I'm just having too much fun now.
Oh, I'm too.
7 people are watching. What else? Can I see the people? I can't see these people. I wonder if I know any of these people. Jamie Kaufman. That guy sounds familiar.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Maybe.
The Jamie part. 9! Yeah, I don't know any of these.
See, I know Caveman. I know Bambi. And I know Reaper's Jack.
Yeah.
And I know Austin can't watch because he's at band practice with, I think, ODW? Yeah. Or Dying World.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I miss those boys.
Yeah. anyways, what's your? So you have one upcoming thing that you're going to shoot for.
I
and
have
that's
two
it?
upcoming gigs. Next weekend. Both like one's at Bullet Bar in North Hollywood. The other one's actually at Patty's.
Oh, okay.
It's like one of their first kink events in a while.
Hmm.
So they're having like they're bringing kink back to Ventura County, which is pretty cool. Um, so I'm doing that, and then I have potentially a gig later in the month at the OC County Fair photographing for a band.
Hmm.
So I'll be doing that. Probably do some concerts within there. Do some other shoots. I'm hoping it's a busier month than this past month.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's kind of like us. I want to play more shows.
Yeah.
So it's been like our last show was April.
Jeez, that's a while for you guys.
I know. Well, we've kind of like we really wanted to focus more
on the album.
On the album, just as well. We've been like more choosy now on the shows, I guess, or kind of like also we have to work on everyone's schedule now because now we're 5 instead of 4.
Yeah.
So I think it obviously it was a little bit easier, but just as well it's just like not that bad.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely.
And plus, it's like, do we really want to do this show? You know, kind of thing. So yeah.
Yeah, you have to be kind of more protective of your energy and your time.
Which, yeah, pretty much that's probably a good tip is, you know, for a band starting out, say yes to everything, and then like sooner or later you'll get to the point where you could actually start saying no.
Exactly.
But see, I hate saying no.
Yeah,
I just want to do every show. I want to.
I'm kind of the same way with gigs. Is like I don't like to say no, but like if there's certain things that, like go against like what I'm into, or I'm just not vibing with the person, I will have to be like, no, sorry, girl. Or like I've had like certain instances where like certain things have happened at gigs. It's like, okay, I won't do business with that person again.
Well, yeah, that's smart. Yeah, especially like if you don't get paid or something like that.
Oh, that happened to me at a gig. Actually, a club gig last. Well, no, I was supposed to get paid, and the promoter literally goes, we don't remember booking you." Like a week after the fact, I'm like, "Here's dates. Here's receipts. I gave you the actual photos a week ago. Pay."
Yeah.
Finally got paid, but it was like.
Do you ever get anything down in writing or like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm honestly getting to the point where I may need to start making contracts.
Definitely. I was going to say, like, you should definitely start just doing that, a blanket statement, you know? And especially, like, maybe video evidence, because there's this one video that I see on my memories every year or so, where this band videotaped this guy that had promised them payment at the show, and then, like, the guy, like, ended up not paying him, but they had this video of him saying, "I will pay this band," and so, like, it's shared through Facebook. Like, this is years, like, 6 years ago.
Damn.
And it's all like, damn. And I think the last update was like, yeah, he finally paid us after we took him to court, which is a good thing they had the video of him saying that he's going to pay the band, as well as text messages saying that, I'm going to pay you. It's like, definitely have your hard copy. Like, receipts isn't enough. Anyone could fabricate anything, you know? So it's like, I would suggest that little contract.
Yeah, just a little adjustment.
I feel like your dad could probably draw up something.
Yeah,
he's
absolutely.
Smart.
Yeah.
How is he?
He's good. He's working from home. He goes with me to some of the shows. I mean, obviously, some of them are a bit farther, or frankly, I'm doing it more for payment, so can't really have your dad along. But
at the gay bar, no.
Yeah, no, that would be
so funny to see you and Bruce at a gay bar.
My God, no!
I would enjoy the hell out of that.
No, I think the uncomfortable part would be the fact of bringing him to like the bars where there's like porn playing. Because like I've watched movies where, like there's nudity and such like with my dad, and he'll jokingly be like, "Cover my eyes and shit."
All right, yeah, but you could now take him there and cover his eyes and be like, "Dad, you don't want to see this." That would just be funny for a bit, and then be like, "No, I'm not actually working tonight." And then you guys just leave.
Exactly.
Right. This is where I'm shooting. He's like, he just looks around and he's like just taking it all in, and then he sees the TV, and then you're like, oh.
That would be funny. It was funny. Like I was looking through videos of last night because I went to a drag fundraiser show there last night, and just like the clips of the drag performers, you could see the little porn on the screen behind them.
Okay, yeah. I think I've seen that. I think one time I was in freaking Hollywood, and my mom wanted to do one of those like tour things where they go drive around and see people's start. I was like young in high school, and we drove by one of those things. I think I remember seeing that on the TV and being like, but I didn't. I don't think I actually saw anything. Just like, okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Like that's why I say like there's a difference between like diet gay bars and like kink gay bars, because like it like pretty much like all the classic leather gay bars will have some sort of porn playing.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like more of a musky, kind of like rugged kind of crowd.
Definitely. Yeah. It's there.
Oh yeah.
It exists.
Oh yeah.
So you went from patties to straight kink in just went head first.
Yeah, I just kind of like dove like right in.
That's good.
Like no fucks given. I'm like, I have all this metal behind me, because that's the original thing. My association originally was like, oh, leather, metal. No bitch. No bitch. These guys are like still gay.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting to hear you say earlier that you were kind of like not into like seeing, like going and seeing it, and then now then you went head first.
Yeah, because like at first it was like, okay, these guys are barking at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's interesting.
Yeah.
And like my brain didn't understand that this is their catharsis. Like to us, like our music is our catharsis, or like our craft is our catharsis. To them, their catharsis is escaping into this mindset.
It's kind of like playing video games as well. You could equate it to anything, but yeah.
Literally, yeah, exactly. Like, it's like, this is their way of coping and also having fun and getting out there, and who am I to judge that?
It is fun to think that one of those people would probably like accounting and like their 3-piece suit, and then all of a sudden, like later on the day, they're just like they're ripping that off like it's Superman, and then all of a sudden, instead of an S, it's a pup. Yeah,
with like a fucking harness and a fucking.
That would be a great sketch video, like a bit. Just have someone do just all of a sudden, just like a really nice 3-piece, very like straight acting. Hi Cheryl, how's it going? Okay, yes, you got those reports, and then all of a sudden, just like. Da-da-da-da.
Oh, dude, you'd be surprised. Like, there's one of the guys who's a barback at Bullet, and he's literally a fucking doctor.
Bareback. No.
He's literally a fucking doctor.
I believe it.
But he's like, he's short, walking around the whole bar, like, butt-ass naked almost, with just a jock strap on, and I'm like,
and then the
doctor.
Very next day.
Yeah.
And cough? Cough again?
He's a straight-up bottom.
I kind of have that same thought of whenever I would play a show and then I'd be at Target. So, like, we would play Whiskey, or, like, we would play, like, a really good show at Rock City and have, like, a really great crowd go crazy for us and everyone and whatnot. And then all of a sudden I'm, like, stocking shelves at Target, being like, man, this is so weird to go from that high energy, like, adrenaline rush. Like, oh, my God, I'm playing a show. I'm getting on stage. What's going to happen? Playing the show. It's turning out great. And all that. And then all of a sudden...
back to reality. That's how it felt like coming back from tour and then literally having a day off and then going back to work.
Right? Are you a cashier or?
So like it depends on the day. I'm either like cashier or like I'm bagging up the things, or I'm running them, or I'm running the food. It's one of those three. That day I was bagging, and it was just like rough day. Come back, it's like that harsh hit where it's like, oh, there goes all my serotonin.
I should go there one day. I haven't had it in a long time.
Yeah, come by.
I think there's like a few other new like places. Yeah, I look for healthy foods now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And my work is very healthy.
I just had Waba Grill for the first time.
The Waba Grill's really good.
Right? Yeah. Very good. I've never had it before, then I tried it and I was like, oh damn.
Absolutely.
Text messages are illegal. That is true, yeah. They are a form of legal contract as text messages, but again, written, you get 2 copies, you sign it, you probably have like a witness with you too. Just have someone that you can trust at least. I'd recommend it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we should do it as a band, but since a lot of it is on messages, it's legal form right there.
Exactly.
Yeah. This has been a good chat.
I agree.
I love it. So the next episode is Kenny from what was Half Past
the Revolution, Into the Gray.
Into the Gray, I know, is his other is the project that he's trying to get going.
Yeah.
I think they're looking for a vocalist.
I think that's what I saw them
Right?
posting about.
Yeah, they've posted about it a few times. So and it's gonna be fun because I'm actually gonna be probably drunk on that episode.
Period. Well, I'm stoked to see it.
Because I ask every guest, like, what do you like to drink? What is your favorite drink? And I go out, and obviously you're my guest. I'm gonna buy you your favorite.
My favorite drink is always this lemonade Rockstar because I'm just trying to be turned.
Right.
And like in a good way, because like when I drink, I become like a cuddly teddy bear. Like my brain becomes all fuzzy, and I'm like.
I've seen it. I've seen it before. Yes. See, I just laugh a lot, and then when I get really drunk, apparently I do your mom jokes.
See, I don't do your mom jokes. I do my mom.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, no, I literally, and it'll be, it's like the dumbest thing, because you'll just say a simple sentence like, yeah, can we turn off the TV? Your mom is going to turn off the TV, and then I'll start laughing for 15 minutes.
That's good.
Yeah, but I haven't gotten that drunk in a long ass time. Jacob's mommy issues comes out. So, my mom. I love my parents. I do.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I'm going to masturbate now. So, yeah, that's going to be July 9th. It's on a Sunday, 6 p.m.
Period.
And I'll be, doing the whole sharing and all that stuff on Instagram. And if anyone missed this, it'll actually be saved. It'll
on YouTube.
Actually be on YouTube.
Yeah, because our last one did not.
No, because I couldn't figure out the setting.
Well, now we got it.
And now I got it.
Yeah.
I'm working. I think it's getting better. The sound's getting better, apparently. So now
Absolutely.
I know one mic on the floor tom works great. I got products.
I love it. Especially cock. And
God damn it! Jamie, it's your fault.
Yes. I'm sorry, I was going crazy for the masturbation.
Have you thought about doing stand-up comedy again? I know you did the stupid, little
I've thought about
thing.
it, yeah.
Yeah?
I really want to.
I was just curious, yeah.
I think I could have some interesting delivery. Especially talking about all this gay kink shit.
It'll take you some time to get the rhythm, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With anything, but yeah, no. It would be fun to see that you're doing stand-up, because I feel like you can do it.
Oh my god. So for my birthday, I did a roast of my friends, like I typically do. And I did like a super small one with like maybe 5 people.
Right. I know I've been roastmaster a couple times.
Yeah.
And I've surprisingly, because I've never told you my writing process for those roasts.
No.
Was you tell me in advance, and then each day or every week or so, I'd be like, oh, fuck, I should really write a joke. And so I'd forget, or I'd just be like, it would be on my mind. I never do it, and then 2 days before, I'm desperately trying to write jokes. And now, surprisingly, a lot of my jokes are not that bad. So it was just frighteningly oh, okay, that's weird. Process works.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Each time, anyways, yeah. So.
Well, listen to these ones I have for Stacy. I'll give you because that's the only person of this group that you know.
Yeah. Right.
So I'll just give you the ones for Stacy. You're the easiest one to start off with because I genuinely know you the most. Oh, bitch, hold up. How the fuck have I not scared you off already?
Mm-hmm.
Over the last few years, Stacy's gotten into metal and dyed her hair black. Congratulations on hitting your scene phase 12 years after I did. Shortly before, Stacy became obsessed with this fictional character named Hawks from the anime My Hero Academia. Pillows, stuffed animals, figurines, you name it, she's humped it.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Tasty.
But congratulations on coming out as bisexual. I cannot wait to continue hearing out about how every man or woman doesn't measure up to this fictional character.
Does she do that?
Yeah.
That's something else.
It's a choice.
The chat. Alright. Well, yeah, so. That's fun.
Yeah.
You should try doing stand-up. That would just be another thing for you to try and do. With your other projects, but...
Honestly, I'm stand-up is something I've thought about doing for a while, and yeah, I want to.
Well, when I start up the sketch thing, it'll be fun to hear your ideas.
Absolutely.
Because the way, not to give much away, but, the chances of people finally watching this, I'm kidding, is, probably going to be later on down the line, but the way I want to map out the newest sketch videos, because we've had one come out, I don't know if you saw it, But there is one full one that it wasn't scripted. It was all improv. It was just Jack and a dummy, and I enjoyed it, and we all enjoyed making it and shit like that. So it's the idea is just all improv, as well as we're going to be doing a skit, whatever that skit is, and then we're going to cut partially into it, and then go into a different sketch. And then when we go into the next one, it'll probably be the first one from the beginning, and then we'll finish off that first one, and then we'll go into the new one.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be very much cut and like chopped and spliced and stuff like that. So,
I like that.
Yeah, so it's going to be very
Robot Chicken.
Robot Chicken, as well as, of course, I do reference like Chappelle Show.
Oh, yeah.
Those are my influences. Mad TV,
Mhm.
Monty Python. Everything that isn't SNL is pretty much my influences.
Yeah, because SNL is very like
Cookie cutter.
Mhm.
And everything that have you ever seen Dana Carvey show?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Yeah, have you seen the documentary about Dana
No.
Carvey show? Oh, that's a great documentary. But yeah, that's funny. You're the one of the few people. I have the DVD set, the one season.
Oh, period.
I found it on Amazon for like $30. I'm like, I'm buying it. Fuck that. Yeah, and I fell in love with it when it was on Hulu for the short second that it was on.
No.
And I was like, I never heard of this. And then I saw the documentary. I'm like, what the fuck? Wow, that's crazy. He had a show for a second. Yeah, but all that kind of off the cuff comedy is always way better because they're not hiding anything. They're like actually like, hey, you're an adult. This is what we're thinking.
Absolutely.
Right? There's no one else having these thoughts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that's going to be what's coming up.
Period.
Unauthorized comedy, if you guys haven't followed it on YouTube. Also, share this with your friends.
Yeah, follow us.
Follow Mr. Lips Talk Shit on Twitch, YouTube. Maybe someday I will go on YouTube and just have it live on there, but
for now, this is a platform.
I think I like Twitch more because there's a lot less... Because it's like, it's so dumb how I can have Mr. Lips Talk Shit on here, no censorship. YouTube has one in for the shit. Same thing with Facebook. And then one of the Facebook groups that apparently I joined in was like, was for local music people or something like that, promote your shit. And I'm like, oh, what if I just promote the podcast? Because I'm trying to interview guests that are musicians. It won't let me because they don't like the name shit, even though it's censored on Facebook. It's like,
so stupid.
I'm like, why can't... Really? The word shit. Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits.
Motherfucking cocksucking blue ball bitch.
I don't know. Censorship really bugs the shit out of me, especially when they start changing words around. Like TikTok, how they have, instead of killing, it's undead people or something like that, or I unalived the person. It's like, you can't say kill. We can't say kill.
We literally cannot say proper English.
And literally, like, we have to make this mumbo jumbo up for one platform. It's like a weird form of mind control.
Literally.
Yeah.
Welcome to Chili's.
Anyways, that was my rant. This is my favorite episode of Two Bears, One Cave. Miss you, Jamie. Hunter says he misses you.
Miss you, bitch.
Jamie will fuck you, Hunter. And Hunter will open his hole politely.
Oh, no. I'm more bottom.
Too bad. Hunter's gonna open his whole heart to you. See, you didn't let me finish. His whole heart. And his hole. Anyway, so that's the podcast. Mr. Lips Talk Shit. Thank you for joining if you did.
I'm Jamie.
I work both.
I'm Jamie. You can find me on Instagram at Jamie Kaufman Photo. Or on Facebook, Jamie Kaufman. Period.
That's and you've promoted it. Anything else you want to promote or talk about or
no, I'm good.
Throw in at the end there.
Sex, drugs, and Cocoa Puffs.
Here we go. Sex, drugs, Cocoa Puffs. Buy these products out of the trunk of my car.
Yeah, especially the masturbation kit. I know a lot of the gays are gonna need it.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. You're my way in. I can sell these now.
I know. The gateway to the gays!
The fun part is me getting up and having to manually go do this.
Literally.
And walk towards the camera and mutter incoherent words. Great job, guys. I like how Bambi finally watched for the first time. And end.
Period.